And all he does is smile and nod at me. And the bartender says, oh, him? He's the owner.
Why do Jews have such big noses?
No more jokes.
No. Why do Jews have such big noses? Because the air
crazy yids one day decided they would shtuck. They birthed a little baby who in grade school was beat up. Another student threatened him because he was a Jew. And fathers did their best to hide their daughters. They were scared he'd use their Mormon blood to shave his patchy Jewish beard. His mommy wasn't happy playing mom and dad was gay. And so they split and said, that's it, son, go find your own way. His grandma took him in, her name's Eileen. She had a basement where this little Yiddish child learned the art of self-enslavement. Imaginary places he would visit in his mind. But oi my me, that takes its toll. Life is so unkind. Days compounding months and planting weeks and trenching years. Too much time alone will melt the space between your ears. I feel like a Jew. I feel like a Jew in Utah. Yep. I've wasted a lot of time whining and feeling sorry for myself, hiding from society, blaming everyone else for my problems. Woo. I admit that I have a bias. I'm afraid of all I see. I'm terrified of Mormons. I find you really scary. But most of you, like all of us, are gracious, kind, and sweet. So one of you, named Randy, used to beat me in the street.
I said that I was sorry, and I brought pie, even. You know?
And I forgive you. It's great pie. It's very thoughtful.
Thanks. That's nice.
And so I hid behind a rock beside the road of life, watching all the cars, suffering in my strife. And though that road is gridlocked, still it must be crossed. Slap on that orange vest, and when the traffic stops, you run like HE double hockey sticks as fast as you can. Like a Jew, like a Jew. You'd better run like a Jew in Utah. Everybody join in. I feel like a Jew in Utah. Still one more time. Here we go. Like a Jew, like a Jew. I feel like a Jew in Utah. Simon Bamberger. Simon Bamberger. Simon Bamberger. That's all I got.
Okay, thank you.
Simon Bamberger.
The first Jewish governor of Utah.
The only.
Oh, I want to be Jewish so bad.
Yes, I wish I was Jewish too.
Nobody's perfect.
Yes.
Well, we have one buyer here. Eric, at asking.
I gotta say, this is just what I'm looking for.
Ooh, I hope that wasn't too unprofessional of me.
No. I think that we should all pitch in and buy this house for Paul.
What?
No, if we all go in together, we can go above asking.
I don't
Yes,
understand.
let's
What?
buy this house for this wonderful young Jewish man.
What?
Really?
Yes.
You can't do that.
We like you.
He shouldn't have to leave. He should just stay here and write his songs.
Pincus wrote a song?
We're going to the bank and kind of figure out what to do about all this. Getting above asking, so I'm cool.
Wow, you get to stay in the house.
Come on, Phil.
Stay easy. It's my bathroom. Hi. Hi. Did you pick up our book?
Yeah.
Well, we'd love to talk to you for a minute. Would you like to talk to us?
Yes.
movie of the week. You just saw another broadcast of the hit movie, Utah. You heard it right, folks. Utah. It seems charming. Seems very charming. There'll be times to rewatch Utah on the KTRD schedule coming down the pipe. But people, it is 8:57 in the West Desert of Utah. Heard some shakes and rattles earlier today. Looks like Dugway was getting jiggy with it. And by that, I mean using huge explosives that they are practicing here to kill people in Iran. People! 3 minutes till Polyester Blend Live, where Polyester Blend takes over KTRD. Hours of fun, so much jam-packed show here tonight. We'll let those be. Oh yeah. 3 minutes, buckle in, people. Buckle in. Lots of good stuff. Good stuff. That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. I'm having the good stuff. Okay, let me tell you. Speaking of good stuff, enjoy it while you got it, people. Because it doesn't look like we're going to be on this planet much longer. No, it's a ceasefire. Just saw a ceasefire. Ceasefire. So we're peace around the world. Trump. We try to create this space here. Also, those scores are wrong. 68-65, but we will do Utah City's quiz here tonight. Oh, I'm excited about it. Boy, am I excited about it. 2 minutes ago here, people, Polyester Blend. Let's take a look inside the old shed out there in the West Desert. That's right, people. If you don't know, if you've not watched the show before, we are KTRD. We broadcast from the West Desert in the Hastings Dip near North Gold Hill. That is the shack we broadcast from, and people have always asked what's it like inside. Well, here's what it looks like inside that shack. That's where we actually broadcast from. It's kind of a remote service, though I do hear there's employees there. More to come on that soon enough. But people, this is what it looks like inside before we hand over the reins of KTRT to Polyester Blend, which broadcasts from the Schledio in Salt Lake City, Utah. Lot to get through here tonight. It is a Tribe of Ryans here tonight, people. Tribe of Ryans, if you aren't familiar with what that means that Poly Blend. There's no Clay, the Podfather. I know, it's sad. I know, it's so sad. Oh, he's going to show up later. A majority of the show will be the old Ryans. Tribe of Ryans. White dudes born in Utah between 80 and 85. They must be named Ryan. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. You know what that means, people? It's time for another edition of Polyester Blend Live. KTRD, home of the Polyester Blend Network, is now on the air. Welcome to another broadcast day. Polyester Blend Live streams Mondays at 8 o'clock over the internet from the Schledio in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's also simulcast from UHF station KTRD, 299 megahertz frequency from Hastings Dip in Utah's West Desert.
Bullshit.
As Polyester Blend Network and KTRD starts its broadcast day, we ask you to join us as we dissect, try to understand, poke fun, and also share our love of this strange Utah existence. But before we get to the live broadcast, let us see what... No, people. No. Oh, I see sweet little lad who's joined us now, here for a night of fun and gare. we need more like shanty. What is that? Shanty songs? No, what is it?
If you sing as shanty every time I come on, I will come on. Earlier.
Here comes Ryan from a land down low. Where he goes surfing and drinks IPAs. People! You heard it right. The Ryans are just getting the jets humming. Ryan, did you check out any of the movie of the week tonight?
Movie of the week?
Yeah, it just played right before us. Did you check it out at all? It's all right.
I have not.
We'll talk about it.
I have not.
We'll talk about it because there's just so much content out there, Ryan, and I understand people are like, Polly what? Polly what? No, we're doing the good stuff. And we do it every week. Even when not all of us could be together. I'm here. Ryan's here. Must be a tribe of Ryans on this Monday night. People step by us to play live.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're in the Schledio. We're having a show. Ryan, we must do it. We must do it, though, to get the things going correctly. If I get this basketball shot in, we are going to... That's not... I don't want a shot of the other camera. What are we doing here? God. Well, I'm telling you, Ryan, all this shit. If I get this basketball shot in, we're going to have a good show. I'm going to do it. So wish. So wish. Oh. Ryan.
Well done.
Camera's back. Ryan. We're going to have a great fucking...
Did you win the NBA Finals?
Shoulda. Well, I can't... You tell me Ryan Schlegel can't be Oklahoma? No. People, my name is Ryan Schlegel, the best basketball shooter ever to shoot a basketball. He is from the Southern California capital of shanty songs, where he sings to himself in Irish pubs every night. He is our Ed McMahon. He is our host, co-host tonight, Ryan Bradford.
Oh, sweet. I once was a man from San Diego who's... how does that limerick go?
No one knows.
Man from Nantucket.
Something about his dick? I don't know. Man from Nantucket. By the way, we need to have a limerick night, Ryan. We did.
Ooh.
You know
that's a good idea.
Last year, Ryan, for those who don't know, people, we did Fable Night. It was a huge success. We all wrote fables, 4 or 5 of us. It was incredible, Ryan. It was absolutely incredible.
Can we announce right now that next week's going to be a limerick night?
Not next week, Ryan, but in 2 weeks. Oh, Ryan, I was going to ask you. You tell me what you want more. Probably limericks first, but I was going to say children's book night, where you don't have to write a whole children's book, but like a like a title, a premise, and the plot of a children's book. So we have children's book night too.
Okay.
But we'll do limerick first. Ryan, what's a limerick?
Limerick? Is it? I don't know how to define it. It's like a singing poem song?
Limerick.
Songy poem?
Limerick.
A humorous, no problem with polyester blend and KTRD.
We got this in the bag.
A humorous, frequently bawdy. Now we're talking. Body verse of 3 long and 2 short lines rhyming AABBA, popularized by Edward Lear, our Fleerless leader. We love our Edward Lear, right, Ryan?
They call it a Learamic. No, we're not going to call it that, Lear.
Listen, Lear's ears, the right to Lear arms. I don't know. You know, we're trying here. Look at this body, bitch. This little dirty. You know what I mean, Ryan? This is the. Oh, you're not seeing it. Let me show you.
I can't see what you're seeing.
Sorry, I'm getting very excited. I'm getting ahead of myself. Again, people, this is Polyester Blend. Polyester Blend, hours of fun and great times. Hyper-local news, Utah City's quiz, Wiki music game. Plenty of other great stuff here tonight. The friends, the Polyheads will join us. If you go to the YouTube chat, you will see a link to the Zoom link. please feel free to join us there. But we must get going. Ryan, I'm going to show you this guy, Edward Lear. He, of course, Ryan, is apparently given the honor of being the creator of the limerick. Where is he? Where did he go?
You think the play King Lear was named after him?
Oh no, he was way later, Ryan. He was way later. This is our guy, 1866. Let me show you right here. This is Edward Lear. Ooh, where'd he go? This is Edward Lear. Here's our guy. This is our guy. Patron saint of the wonderful limerick, Ryan. There he is. Kind of looks like,
where's he from?
I'll find out. He looks like Richard Dreyfuss with a big beard.
North London.
This is an English bloke. He got a bit of the dirty. Have you seen my baldy limerick? I want to do English accents so bad, but I'm just bad at it, right?
We could just do British Night. We could do British Night. Welcome to Polyester Blend.
We should do punk rock, like late 70s punk rock night, Ryan. It's like, oi, 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 like just anarchy all night long. Let's bring back the punk. Let's bring back the punk. Punk night. The next time Clayton's away, the Ryans do play. Punk night.
He just shows up. Oh, I thought there was
this is fucking stupid.
Utah City's quiz. Why are you guys in Mohawks?
It sucks. Okay. We love you, Clay. Ryan, you and I are dabbling very, very close with an ancient polyester blend curse that some people might remember. Ryan, we are just flirting with the curse of the Clay Dino.
I know. It's like mentioning the Scottish play or naming your show Macbeth.
Trouble.
You're taunting the Clay Dino.
Yes, the Clay Dino had I can't say anything about him anymore. He'll just be like, ooh. But anyway, he did have, he said, he texted both Ryan and I earlier and he said, listen guys, I got about 4 to 6 corn dogs in this box and it says it's expiring. So he said, I got to eat these 4 to 6 hot dogs before the end of the day or I'm going to lose out on my investment of these corn dogs. So we said, that's fine, Clay, that's fine.
It's like that movie Brewster's Millions where he has to spend $1 million or something.
No.
This is...
We need to do the Schlagster's Gallon still.
The Schlagster's Gallon. This is Clay Dog's 6.
Clay Dogs.
He only had to eat 6.
Oh, man.
Which...
We need to do...
I mean, there's a lot of corn dogs, but that's not impossible. That's not an impossible ask.
I do feel, Ryan, that we're lacking on the challenges between each other. I don't want to, like, puke on the show. That's not what I'm looking for. But just, like... trying stuff, like we all buy the same stuff and do a taste test together, like more taste tests.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Taste tests. Okay, Ryan, more to come on PBL. Ryan, I've got so much to get through. It's 9:09. Curse the Clay Dino. Hopefully we don't get cursed by that sweet, sweet boy of ours out there. He will join the show later on. That's what he says. Limerick night coming soon. Literary nonsense. Now, Ryan, doesn't that maybe this is our guy? Does he have a controversy thing? Was he like, and he did all this horrible stuff? Look at this schlub. Look at this guy. He's just chilling.
Got a beard.
So many layers. This is my guy. Unless it's like, again, any horrific stuff.
Do you think by the end of his life, he was only speaking in the limericks because he had become so infatuated with his own invention?
That's so true.
And everybody's just like, Lear, God damn it.
I do only use polyester blend lingo in the normie world. You know, I'm always like, that's you shop bro, dude. Save it for Utah City's quiz.
I'm calling a bullshit card.
You got Gurky. And that's just because Gurky's following and harassing people we know. Look at this book. Look at this character. Okay, this is the graphic, right, Ryan? This is the graphic for next.
Is he abbreviating his name? Edward?
Edward.
Lear?
Well, Ryan, you know how much a letter costs on the front of a book in the 1800s?
That's true. That's
$1,000 for inflation. That's like $2 million a letter. Edwin Lear. Nonsense. Don't you feel like in the 1800s, just the word nonsense was silly? Nonsense. Like,
ooh, this.
A book of nonsense.
This will cure my boils.
I lost my finger the other day from leprosy, but that's...
Oh, been dealing with some melancholy.
I can't wait to lose my
It's
mind.
just some nonsense will lift these spirits.
Gurky, true or false, we have lost our minds and are just flailing without Clayton. Is that right, Gurk?
I feel like he's missed right now because he usually reins you in.
That's true.
Yeah.
He'd be like,
Hamps
guys.
Hamps down the big book of nonsense that is Poly Blend.
So did you hear? I don't know if you heard, but we are going to do Limerick Night, following up our famous Fable Night. We are going to do Limerick Night. How familiar are you? A big Limerick guy, Gurk?
No, not really, but
What?
I'll hit up Raj and we can brainstorm.
This does seem like a Raj thing. Like, oh, I own 3 copies of the Book of Nonsense. Like, all right, Raj. All right. The Book of Nonsense. We have to do British accents the whole time.
How rude.
How dare I? Book of Nonsense. Speaking of nonsense, have you seen this World War we got going on? We won't talk about it here tonight with Polyester Blend. We do acknowledge that this is the last, until internet's cut, until we are bombed here tonight. No, I mean, there's real people being hurt and we don't want to goof on it too much, but God, Ryan, it's very sad. And I don't know if you noticed, I brought him out of the dust. Do you see who's in the Schledio with us here tonight, Ryan? Former President George Bush is here with us tonight, Ryan. So that's pretty.
Just because we're revisiting all of the hits from the early 2000s.
To me, he just messaged me because we take the same painting classes. And I tell you guys that we paint together.
Oh, no wonder
you
do so well in paint.
Yeah, we both love painting.
You have a good mentor.
He he has a big fee if he speaks, so he can't speak here tonight. But I think it's just a smirk. I mean, let's be clear, Ryan and Gurk. I mean, this is a war criminal. Sorry, it's a war criminal we're looking at. He knows it, but he's also smirking a little bit. It's like, didn't you guys learn from what happened last time? Didn't you guys learn what happened?
You didn't get me. You didn't get me.
I was thought about it, but it was like, I can't. Remember when someone threw a shoe at him, Ryan? Anyway, bad dude.
Coolest. The only cool thing he did was dodge that shoe. That was a sweet dodge.
Ryan, question for you. This is a question for Ryan Bradford. Do you think Green Day now gives him a pass? They did American Idiot, right, about the time. Do you think they're more anti-Trump than they were Bush, or do you think they're like, it's equal? Like, where do you think Green Day's at on rethinking Bush and Trump? Both on the same level of hate?
I think so.
I mean,
yeah.
Where's that American Idiot 2 with Trump? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that's why they launched their Saviors tour. They were trying to get him, spread the message and not have a dictator.
Yeah.
But it didn't work.
Didn't work. All right, people. George W. Bush, former president, will be here in the Schledio here tonight, watching over the proceedings. Ryan, we must get to it. We must get to a segment we all love so much. It's not really a segment. It's not a full segment. It's a thing to get started. And Ryan, we do a thing called bullshit, right? Ryan, you know this thing called bullshit?
Yeah.
So bullshit is just to get things going. We've got so much show here tonight, but let me tell you this, Ryan. I have been humming with dreams. Ryan, I'm dreaming and remembering them on a scale I don't remember in my life. Like, I feel like I'm waking up and I've got dreams to talk about. What do you feel about this?
I am very excited for you. I feel like I haven't remembered a dream in a long time, but that's mostly because I am a pothead now. I'm a weed potheed now, and so I just have a really good sleep.
Well, and I probably need the sleep. This probably means I'm not going into deep REM, and so I'm on the verge of dying from some ailment coming up very soon. Well, Ryan, I have to bring this up because you were a prominent figure in one of my dreams this weekend.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So,
I
Ryan,
love being in people's dreams.
Okay, so here I am. Let's just tons of other shit happened. Let's just get right down to the nitty gritty. You were being like a cool dude. You were like cool, Ryan, because that's how I think of you. Super cool. And you were sitting down, and it was at a bowling alley. This is no joke. This is absolutely real. I mean, so you're at a it's not real. It's in a dream. But this is how I remember. I woke up and I was like, holy shit. So, Ryan, you're at a bowling alley. You, Ryan Bradford, sitting in a bowling alley. You're drinking a beer, buddy. You're drinking a beer. And you're bowling, okay? Drinking a beer, bowling. I go, Ryan, what beer are you drinking? And And you go, duh, Rolling Rock. And I go,
oh my God.
Whoa. Because Ryan, what's basically a bowling ball?
It's
kind of
God.
kind of a rolling rock.
Dude, you are making jokes in your dreams.
But I give credit to you. I must have channeled you, your voice. But I was like, yeah, oh my God, Ryan, why is there not more crossover bowling and rolling rock? Gurky, your thoughts on this?
It feels a little like Flintstone inspired because remember in Flintstones?
They had the big yes. They had the yes.
He actually bowls with a rock. So I think, or maybe it's a boulder. I don't know. But that sounds like quite a dream.
It was. And now, do you give me credit for that joke or is it Ryan? Because it seems like my brain was inspired by Ryan. What do you think?
I think like you're basically the comedy writer at that point, or your brain is the comedy writer.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
It's your joke. You may have performed it,
but it is the ether. It's kind of the ether there. Anyway, it's God.
You're just the receptacle, and it's pouring in.
The Lord is giving it to me, and that's. Yeah. I mean, let's just be clear. We've seen Polyester Blood. Now, the next one has to do with this dude. This is crazy. So, I think this was Saturday night. Maybe it was last night. I have this whole dream, Ryan, where we're back at high school. But get this, Ryan. It's our high school, but it's not our high school.
But not our high school.
It's not our high school, okay? Like how dreams work. So, I'm at our high school, not our high school. And
wait, sorry to interrupt. What was the bowling alley? Was it like the Heber bowling alley? Was it at Salt Lake?
Listen, I gave you a spotlight. It's over. Okay, Ryan? It's done. No more Rye.
That was my first question. I did not want to interrupt.
No, Rye and Girk, I'm at my old high school. This is after the news of World War III starting, or, of course, the bombing of Iran. Another entry of America into war in the Middle East. One of our favorite pastimes of the last... Well, at least in my lifetime, Ryan, yours and I's, the last 40, 35 years. Well, Ryan, I'm in the walking around the high school, and it's kind of a college. It's definitely present day. And there I see walking around by himself, George W. Bush, Ryan. I'm not joking. I see him, but he's dyed his hair jet black. And I go up to him and I go, Ryan, George, isn't it kind of, we're back at war again? Like, you had that lesson before, right, George? And he goes, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was kind of like, doesn't he get it? Like the connection between all this stuff? And then we just walk away from each other. But I'm dreaming about talking to George W. Bush with jet black hair, clearly dyed. It was clearly dyed. But Ryan, I'm dreaming about him because of this stuff over the weekend.
What part of our high school were you in?
It was a hallway.
It was a hallway
because I remember we sat next to each other, and the only reason I talked to him is that we happened to sit next to each other, and he wasn't bothered with anyone else, so I felt comfortable talking to him. Ryan, the last one. Oh, go ahead, Gert.
I was just kind of disappointed with that one because I saw the list of dreams and I saw Bush, and I thought you had a dream about Bradford and the band Bush, which we know is his favorite band.
Good,
I thought all of it tied together.
Girk, +1 for the first one, -1 for the other one. My brain is at 0. It doesn't. It's like it's at 0. It's not really adding anything to the show. Last one. This is just more of like I had a nap before the show, as I often do, try to get reset after a day of work. And I had this dream, Ryan and Girk, and I've had this. I don't know if you guys have this, where I've somehow back in an apartment, and my brain is like, remember you sold your house, you're back in an apartment now, and you've lost your house, whatever. And this apartment was kind of shitty. It was like right on the street, and people were fucking with me. There was a lot of fucking with, and a lot going on. But then I'll never forget, I had this moment where I go, I got Polyester Blend tonight. I don't have the Schledio. How am I supposed to do the show? I sold the Schledio, and I started freaking, and then I woke up and I was like, oh no, I still have the Schledio. So, I mean, this is where I'm at with my life. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you still have it. You still have the Schledio.
But like, it was that I had the dream though, Ryan.
But you woke up. Did you wake up and were you so? Is it like one of those? You woke up in a cold sweat,
Ryan,
and you checked around yourself, and you're like, it was only.
Scrooge had nothing on me when he woke up on Christmas Day, and he was alive.
Did you wake up with your like little nightcap on? And
I opened the window to the Schledio.
You, sir, what day is it
saw
today?
The skunk. It saw a chunk the skunk. And I say, you skunk, what day is today?
You, sir, do I still own the Schledio? And it squirted you in the face.
Why, sir, it is Poly Day. It's like, thank you. Why are you British skunk? Anyway, dreams, Ryan. My dreams are just this
I'm jealous.
Well of entertainment.
I mean, I'd like some dreams sometime, but
I go through phases. This is a new.
A lot of my dreams are very stressful, so I'm not super sad that I haven't been having dreams lately.
Wow, I had some dark thoughts about dreams and stuff, but I'll just save that for another time. Of Ryan.
No, let's bring it. We can
love our
make it dark.
Clay's not here. I was going to say, Ryan, do you think the people who die in their sleep, we're always like, it's so peaceful. It's so peaceful. But is it like their last memory is a nightmare and that's what kills them? Is you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I had another dream. Sometimes I have that paralysis kind of thing where it's like, I'll wake up and I'm in the room and I'll make a noise. Steph is like, Ryan, you make noises in your sleep sometimes. And I'm like, I know I had a nightmare, and I'll go, because I'm trying to
yeah.
And I'm like, Ryan, what if that you have them when we're always people die in their sleep so peacefully? What if they're no, they had a full three a 3-movie series, 3 hours long, dark and disturbing, and then they die. Oh, when Clayton's away, the Ryans do play.
My dog Porter, sometimes he does when he's asleep, he'll do the he'll sound like a car trying to turn over, and I'm just so curious, what do dogs dream about? I'm sure he's dreaming about seeing another dog outside, or he's being walked on a leash and barking at dogs. Good story. But what you were just saying in your sleep,
Ryan, you fucked up.
The sounds you make, I imagine them being similar to what Porter says.
Ryan, speaking of what Porter says, he says, buy me Famoso Guatemalan beer, Ryan. That is my beverage of choice here tonight. Famoso Decide from 1896, Ryan. Go out there, people, pick up some Famoso? F-A-M-O-S-A, Ryan? Famosa. Famous? Is that what it means? Famosa.
Sí.
Sí está bien. People, I have one more thing before we get going with the regular stuff here on the show. Regular stuff. This is the stuff. Ryan, on a segment I want to bring back more and more on the show, because frankly, it needs to. It's corrections. Ryan, corrections. We have to be above, I think a sickness in this country, Ryan, is the inability to admit when you're wrong, frankly. And so I want to be able to admit when I'm wrong. Okay, Ryan?
Okay.
Ryan, I don't know if you've noticed this, or Gurky, when we did the hit segment, everyone loved Memories. This segment here. Memories. Ryan, Memories.
Okay.
And I love it so much, but Ryan, what's the general theme here? What do you see in the background?
I see an ocean. I see a beach.
And then who's on the left? Do you know the star of cinema and stage? Who's on the left there?
That seems like Barbara Streisand from Beaches.
It's Bette Midler.
No. Bette Midler.
Now,
from Beaches, right?
Right, absolutely. You are the wind beneath my wings, which is a great song and a tragic song and powerful. But Ryan, is the song Beaches really about memories, Ryan?
Wait, the song?
Yeah, Beaches. It's
The Wind Beneath My
Wings. Yeah, no. Ryan, you said Barbara Streisand. Here's what I realized over the weekend. This is Barbara Streisand Memory.
As the moon lost her memory, she is smiling alone.
Ryan, I was thinking of that song. My brain it was like, oh no, that's Bette Midler, Beaches, Wind Beneath My Wings. I made the entire theme of Memories around
based off of Beaches.
but it's supposed to be Memory.
Wind Beneath My Wings.
I just thought it was because she brings back so many good memories.
Okay. Gurky, good point. My question to you, this could have been a court case. Do we just keep it? Or do I need to redo it in the form of Barbra Streisand? What do you think?
I think you keep it. I think we've committed. We can't just get rid of the memory of you making
fucking it up. And also, isn't it kind of show us a thing about memory, Gurky? Like, I was so sure. It's fleeting. Yeah. I thought it was one thing, but I'm clearly wrong. But that's why you guys every week are the wind beneath my wings.
The Streisand effect, because...
Chatmaster Jeremy, good point. Continue.
Well, I always mix up the Streisand effect and the
Mandela.
The Mandela effect. So you'd go like a multiple. You have to get the Mandela effect wrong to get to the Streisand effect, but then in that reality, maybe Memories was written for beaches. So you just few steps, but you could get there.
And that's a good.
It's like doing the whole Leslie Nielsen, Liam Neeson Naked Gun thing.
Okay, do we need to watch that trailer, by the way, and talk about it? Because the teaser I was into, the trailer. Okay,
the trailer sold me. It was I wasn't into the teaser, but
all right. We'll discuss.
I saw that zombie movie. Everybody's talking.
We're coming up on. We got we've got Jeremy's Jeff Gway movie talk later, so let's save it for then. But I did want to ask in memory. I was like, well, we're already going to go into memory. Let's go ask around the room. First of all, did that guy join? Well, he joined, but then he left. Let's do around this. Ryan, speaking of movies, Ryan, what was your first movie in the theater? What was your first movie memory of going to a movie in a theater?
First movie in the theater? I honestly think it was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Whoa.
Movie,
and that's your
part
memory.
one.
Might not have been the actual first one, but your memory.
And I think I was so excited because I was like, I loved Ninja Turtles. I just remember like running around in the aisle, like the aisle that me and my dad and my brother were sitting in, and not really watching the movie at all. I was like playing hopscotch. I was, doing kid stuff, it's like dancing in the aisle.
Sounds like a nightmare. It sounds like I would hate that, but I understand. You know what I mean? Like,
if you were with me, if you were an adult and you were with me, yeah, it'd be a nightmare.
But if I was a kid with you, we'd be having a great time. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Gurky, your first memory of a movie in the theater?
I think it was Citizen Kane. No.
You ever heard of Fellini?
Right.
No. Actually, my first movie in the theater was Star Wars. The first one I remember.
No, that's a great first one.
I probably was taken to movies before that, but the first one I remember seeing in the theater was Star Wars. And we went to see it. It was cold out, and we waited in line for a long time, and then it sold out. So we had to go back.
Oh.
We had to go back like a week or two later. And I was so mad because all my friends had already seen it, and I got all the spoilers.
Right.
Because it was
Do you remember what theater you saw it in?
It was in Salt Lake. It was at the Villa, which is now
a carpet store, right?
Adib's Rug Gallery.
Deeds. What?
Adib's.
Deeds. Sorry. By the way, I just thought that I was like, wait, Deed Ronner has a rug store because we need to play with that more. Gurky, that's Deed.
You guys remember the last movie that was played at the Villa?
It was Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I saw it. The Two Towers.
Yeah. By the way, R.I.P. 9/11. Jeremy, what was your first movie in the theater?
Well, it's actually a bit fortunate, or fortunate synchronistic. My memory, which I'm sure isn't the first one, but I remember going to see The Naked Gun.
Whoa! Yes. Synergy!
I remember my mom saying, let's go see a movie, and got out the newspaper like you had to do back then.
Back in the day.
And it was in black and white, obviously, but there was like an ad with, Leslie Nielsen riding the bullet, that iconic poster.
It's such a good poster with his leg around his,
Yeah, I remember saying, "Oh, that looks." My mom was like, "Oh, it's the movie they made that's the riff on Police Squad," which I'd never seen.
Holy shit, your mom knew that reference? Cool, Mom.
So she's like, "Let's go see this," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's a poster looks cool. I don't know what a movie is or whatever, but seems fun." And yeah, I loved it. So that's like that's my earliest memory where I remember like the entire process of going to the movie, like picking it out of the newspaper, going to the wherever it was, probably the I think one of the ones by Cottonwood Mall. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Oh, that might have been where I saw the Ninja Turtles movie.
It was.
I did see the Ninja Turtles movie, but I wasn't a virgin for going to movies anymore.
Easy. Do we need that? Do we need virgin? People. No. Jeremy, everyone here. I might have said this to you guys before, but my dad came home one night, and it was the first time in years. He went out for a pack of smokes. He came back. He came home one night. I'll never forget. He was like,
"That's what's about movies, right?"
We're gonna turn movie memories dark. This is,
and that's when he brought out the belts. And when he came home, and I'll never forget. It was kind of like, "You guys, let's go to the movies tonight. Let's go to the movies." And my mom was like, "The movies tonight?" And it was like, "Get in the car." And we went and saw Back to the Future 3 in the theaters. And because I just remember being like, we don't just do this impromptu. It felt so like, whoa.
Wow.
And by the way, a movie that I feel like, yeah, it's not as good as the other two, but like, I think it gets shit on a little too much. I think Back to the Future 3 is fine. It's fun.
I think Back to the Future is really funny. Back to the Future 3, really funny.
It's got ZZ Top, Ryan Bradford's favorite band.
I love it.
Speaking of love it, I loved your memories, and this has been corrections because, in fact, I thought I was doing that. But by the way, Girk, I looked up, by the way, JoeHadid.com, Girk, has a lot of videos.
Owning an Oriental rug means owning a piece of family history. Let the professionals at Hadid Carpet Cleaning care for your carpet.
No. This is a different place. It's Abids, A-B-I-D-S.
Who's on first? All right, everybody. No, you're right. I'm sorry for I thought it was height, and then they got videos, and I was excited.
But now I'm going to get all my carpets clean.
Guess what? Correction. I fucked up again. All right, people. Our next thing is, of course, a classic segment on Polyester Blend. It's time to look at some hyper-local news, and it's a segment we love. It's called Point of Order. We say Ada to a lot of things. A lot of things in this hyper-local thing. Girk, Ryan, everyone, this article from some rag barely holding on to survival. But this ICE Gestapo situation, Ryan Bradford, I know it's probably all too real. I really can't imagine how complicated it is in San Diego, Ryan. But Ryan, what's the situation? Is it daily news in San Diego with ICE and picking up people in San Diego? Because you're right on the border, for God's sakes.
Dude, yeah, it's every day. I mean, you see it on like social media, like people are being like, warning, ICE is told to be like in these areas, so stay away.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's going on in San Diego, of course, but I did see the headlines of ICE was prevented from entering the LA Dodgers Stadium the other day. And they're like, no, we weren't. And then there was like 1,000 photos of them. I mean, everyone comes up with not everyone, but people come up with the idea of it does feel very Gestapo-ish. But then you keep reading and you're like, this is absolutely Gestapo shit. Hiding their identities, taking people down just off of this. This article is very troubling because this woman was driving in Colorado, Diaz Conclaves. I am not a person who knows how to speak Spanish, and I'm clearly an idiot, but she was driving around in Colorado. A deputy pulls her over, a sheriff, And there's clearly signs that he leaked that he pulled over this woman where he asked and shouldn't have asked, were you born in the United States? Leaks that to ICE, picks up this woman who's just living her life. Her family's from Brazil. She's clearly Mormon. That's the other thing. I'm like, when is the LDS Church going to start fucking this church that has done the work to baptize the world and then tell them to come to the United States? When are they going to start fucking standing up for these people who are clearly a part of their church? But again, it doesn't matter what affiliation you have. No one should be treated like this. And she talks about the horrible conditions it was. And it's just like, Jesus Christ, Ryan, we're living through that thing. And we've done it plenty of times in America, the greatest country ever, where you hear these stories. It's like, these are going to be in textbooks, probably not in our country, but in other countries about all the fucked up shit America did, Ryan, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does
it say what where the detention center was? Was it in Colorado?
It was in Colorado. It was in Colorado.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know people maybe on here can't talk too much about it, but unless you got stuff to say, I just want to say, Ordah. I mean, everyone sees it. Everyone knows it. And what do we do? It's such a helpless time where, I asked my mom this. I don't know if I told you guys this, but I was with my mom last weekend. My mom, mama's boy, that's me. But I was down in Teasdale, and it was the night of the shooting, and it was the night of the assassination of the Minnesota House Senator. But it was like, my mom lived through the Detroit riots of 1967. And I asked my mom, I was like, was it an exceptionally hot summer? And she said, yes. And I was like, was the tension in the air? She was like, yes. And of course, it's not a 1-for-1, but Ryan and Girk and Jeremy, it feels like it's going to be a super hot summer. Tensions are high. We've had this in our history of, summers that burn. And it just feels like I'm worried about where we go this summer, with war protests, ICE protests, just the normal Trump bullshit. It just feels like a summer for a lot of people to get hurt or killed. And it just is very scary. But anyway, point of order. Jeremy, your thoughts on this?
Yeah. Well, you talking about that reminded me of Summer of Sam, the great Spike Lee film.
Great movie. Yes.
Also about this kind of very hot summer with a lot of tension in the air.
Well, Ryan Bradford loves that. He skips it just for the orgy scenes. That's Ryan Bradford's move. He's like,
I skip it for the dog talking scene.
Talking
You should
dog.
kill. Kill. Go out and kill.
It's good stuff. Good stuff. Ryan, not good stuff. What's going on in the world? But Ryan, let's skip that one. This one, Ryan, I wanted to say this week. Of course, we should be protesting everything, and I know a lot of you have been. Ryan's famous with going to a protest last week. Jeremy's been a protest. Gerke's been a protest. People who watch the show go to protests, but all of them are, of course, equally important. All of them. We're now getting to the shit of this federal land.
All protests? What about I had my protest for cheaper guitar strings. I feel like that.
All protests are equal.
Okay. You say so. I've been saying that for a while, but people keep telling me no.
Give me some cheaper guitar
This
strings.
was not as important as the don't illegally detain citizens.
And by the way, Jeremy, with what's going on in the Middle East, you know that soon enough you're going to have to making your guitar strings from like horsehair. You know that's coming, right, bud? Like that's the future going on there. But I just want to say
that what lute strings are made out of.
Right. Yeah, exactly. All of the, Jeremy makes a good point. Not all protests are equal. But what I'm trying to say is there's so many things going on, and people are doing the good work of protesting. But one of these new developments, the big great bill of selling off our public lands, that's a non-starter for me. And the kind of monkey wrench shit, Gerke, we got to start getting involved in. Not you personally, because you have a non-bias, because I'm of something you do on your personal time. But Ryan Bradford and I and Jeremy got a monkey wrench this shit. Because if we lose public lands, it's over, people. These spaces are sacred. They're all of ours. They go away. They don't come back. And add it to the list of all the things we should protest. But I just think like all these other things that are getting a lot of attention, as they should, let's make sure we don't lose out on making it known that this can't happen. It just can't happen. And frankly, it should be the same thing with ICE, and frankly, it should be the same thing with transgender, LGBTQ rights. There's just so much. There's so much we need to fight, and it's all that Project 2025 shit. But Ryan, losing public lands, I mean, you have a beautiful valley that anyone could walk through, camp, I would say even hunt. But you put a fucking multi-million-dollar home on it, it's over. You put a oil well, you put a strip mine, you know, Ryan, and we are seriously looking at the Western United States being chopped up and sold to the highest bidder.
Well, it's so crazy because I always think if there's one bipartisan issue, it's nature. Like both like Democrats and Republicans love going hiking,
especially
like,
Western Republicans.
Yeah, and so I can't imagine that he'll have a lot of support for any of this.
Kirk, tell me where it's
for a friend's wedding, and there was a whole event there for everyone was wearing public landowner shirts.
And look what I'm wearing tonight. Explore your Utah National Forest.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there was quite a big contingent. They had a beer festival going on. They had all sorts of. There was a whole convention that I can't remember the name of their group, but seemed like cool guys.
I mean, I want to maybe give you a little bit of good news, Schlegs. The parliamentarian ruled that the public lands thing tonight, minutes ago, breaking news.
Breaking news!
Ruled that the bill or that public land sale provision is not eligible to be included in the big beautiful bill. So,
I love Utah.
He was the best guy around.
The comptroller.
The people he murdered.
What murder?
Okay, maybe that guy wasn't the greatest. Gurky!
Yeah.
I'm telling you, buddy, because we're getting desperately close to just the whole fucking thing falling apart, where it's like, well, I'm out. I'm literally out. I don't know what to do with any of this shit. I'm moving on to the next plane. I'm going to dream and dream and dream until then. Great nose, Gurky. I hope it maintains.
Yep.
But also, Gurk, same thing I would tell everybody else. Anyone who wants to, I think it doesn't take a lot. Do these mass emailings, phone calls to your senators, your representatives. Let them know this is bull fucking shit. And while you're at it, just give a little fuck you to Mike Lee, because, I mean, Ryan, you pointed out the Jon Stewart piece that I watched after you pointed out to me. Gurky, do you see Jon Stewart? Jon Stewart, sure, love him, whatever. But that story he gives of Mike Lee and the first responders, Gurky, did you see that?
Yeah, where the guy was talking about how he was in the building when it collapsed, and Mike Lee interrupts him and says, "I bet you have all sorts of stories."
Yeah, pretty gross.
And I guess the room kind of just like recoiled.
I mean, we goof on the show. I was thinking of all sorts of. I thought about making a spaceship where Mike Lee's at the end of it, and we're putting him in a black hole so he goes away forever. Thought about making these images, but at the end of the day, I just hate him, and I just don't know what to say about that human. And it's just so fucked up. Ryan, Gurky, and Jeremy, we tonight have an exciting Utah Cities quiz. That's right. We will be honored by Clayton Scrivener joining us in a little bit with a wonderful Utah Cities quiz. I like to give you a news article in the county in which that city is in. People, we must read the San Juan record. The San Juan record. Been around since 1915, Ryan.
Whoa.
Very, very cool thing. They put the photo of the week, even though it's destruction. Our biggest stories. Let's just say, what's the biggest story? What's the biggest? Betty Jean Bell Early. Betty Jean Bell Early. We love you. I don't know.
Is she the late Betty Jean Early?
I'm assuming she ain't here.
Do obituary like past? That was like from 2020, right?
Right.
20,
2021.
past 5-year-old obituaries make the top news at
Right,
the San
Gerke,
Juan
is San
Record.
Juan Records still going? Are you on the record with them, or do we think this one's gone?
I don't have a subscription anymore, so I can't say.
Oh, by the way, Greg, I was down in my mom's place, and she had the Wayne County Garfield paper. I forget what it's called. It's not the Richfield Reaper, but I saw that you can subscribe to it. I'm like, Girk, I think I need to subscribe and just get the newspapers coming to the house. Make Steph I have to be that guy with the stacks of newspaper that I don't read, but it's just like the Schledio needs to be full of these. So I'm thinking we need to start subscribing to these. So anyway, this lady died a long time ago, but we respect her and we love her. And what a beautiful name. Betty Jean Bell Early. She died way too early. We wish she were still here. She loves cats. We love her. San Juan Record, everybody. San Juan Record is where we're going tonight. I just want to do one. Oh, I forgot my jersey. Last thing. Ryan, this is more of a sports story. Ryan, you went to Grizzly games with me, right, Ryan?
Yeah.
Well, my friend, it turns out that the Utah Grizzlies are putting themselves up for sale, Ryan. Utah Grizzlies, been around since 1995, 1996. I have thoughts about this. I do sympathize with the fact that an NHL team came. It was the end of the Maverick Center's host, the Utah Grizzlies. They've been there, since the East Center. They were a hockey team, the first hockey team second team by name to occupy the Delta Center until the Utah Hockey Club and Utah Mammoth. Ryan, they can't do it no more. I mean, they're not going to get the tickets. There's NHL in the town. The thing is, Ryan, they're going for sale. I think Ryan Smith might buy it just because it's nice to have your development team here. But I will say this, Ryan. I want to say this to the Utah Grizzly people. I'm so sorry, all these people who might have to be relocated, the jobs, that sucks. To the ownership, to my understanding, I always wanted to do a segment on this, Ryan, before the Utah Hockey Club came. Thought about doing this a couple years ago. They were the league. Grizzlies started out in the league below the NHL. They won a championship here in 1995, Turner Cup. I think it was 2000, 2001, they decided to drop a league down and become ECHL. And that really was a financial thing. Like, it's too expensive. We're going to move it down. This community clearly could have handled a AHL team. In fact, turns out we, of course, can handle an NHL team. I felt like years ago, the Grizzlies, for saving money reasons, they could have sustained it. If they would have invested, Ryan, we could have had a better product for 20 years in Salt Lake City. And maybe I need to thank them because they didn't. And in fact, it led to an NHL team coming. Anyway, the Grizzlies are complicated to me. They should have been a more prolific franchise. The Golden Eagles I feel like the Grizzlies were like the disappointment for 25 years, but they might leave. Anyway, Ryan, your thoughts on when you went to a Grizzlies game?
Oh, I always loved, I love going to them. I think I started going to them with my dad. And then in high school, we went with you a few times. Yeah. One time I was very loopy from a day of snowboarding, and I was cracking up like I was high, but it was just you being funny.
When does that not happen?
Yeah. So, yeah. Sad to see it go, but yeah.
Gerke, your thoughts on West Valley losing a team? I want West Valley to have a team, but what are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm kind of curious what this means for the Maverick Center too.
Yes, I'm so glad you said that.
City owns that, so and they were barely scraping by before Ryan Smith came to town, and I gotta think, how much do they want for it?
That is such a great question. Polyester blend.
Maybe we buy him and make you the manager.
Poly blenders.
Guys, let's make a serious offer of $1,225. We will buy sticks. You don't have to include sticks. We love the sticks. But if you don't want to give the hockey sticks, $1,225 offer on the table. Polyester Blend is offering to buy the Utah Grizzlies for $1,225.
And 69 cents.
And 69 cents. I know.
Perfect.
What I hate, why I'm mad at the Grizzlies Club, but it was where I saw local hockey. I got to see hockey in person for 30 years. You know, like, of course I bonded to this team. Of course I bonded that name, even though I hated the Grizzlies name, because it took away, I was old enough to be like, you took away my Golden Eagles. This is a Golden Eagles town. I don't know. Again, that whole team, Grisby though, God bless Grisby.
It was that location where Schlegel explained the rules to me.
God, when was that? Jesus.
Probably like
2021?
3 or 4 years ago.
It's so fun.
Clayton, like right now, was there.
Yeah, and by the way, thanks for making band practice, Jeremy, and also showing up. My friend, we end with that. Oh, the last thing, I thought you guys would love this. Continue with hockey talk. So, those who might have watched, the Florida Panthers won the Stanley Cup last week. God bless them. Back-to-back champs. They played the same team this year, the same team last year. They won. Back-to-back champions. First time to do that since their Florida rivals. By the way, guys, the 2020s, a Florida team has been in every Stanley Cup since 2020. So this is truly the decade of Florida hockey teams. Very weird. Very weird as a hockey fan for 40 years. But what I loved, guys, is that the ultimate, the main rat, his name is Brad Marchand. We might actually try to sign him this summer. We'll see what happens. Former captain of the Boston Bruins. Just a really good troll, fuck you guy and a guy. After they won the Stanley Cup, he did this thing on Instagram that I thought you guys would appreciate. Let me know if not. But he went through every player who won the Stanley Cup this year and the team that gave up on him. So this guy, Sam Bennett, won the Conn Smythe MVP trophy. Flames traded him basically for nothing. He went to the players who played for the Lightning, for the Syracuse Crunch. He went to the Flames. Every team these players came from before, he thanked that team for giving up on him in public so they could win their Stanley Cup. I love it so much, Gurky. That kind of just like, fuck you. Like, that's good stuff. And that's why I kind of love this team. I think, Gurky, this is the team of the... This is like the Oilers in the... this is like the Islanders in the early 80s, and then the Oilers later on. The Montreal... This is the truest dynasty, even though they've only won 2 cups, Gurk. I don't know. I love this team.
Well, and they're potentially, I mean, they're in pretty good shape to make a run for another one next year.
Oh, they keep talking about 4, Kirk. They don't want 3, they want 4. And I love that attitude. We'll see what happens. We might steal their defensemen. The draft is on Friday. I love that. Ryan, this was for you because I love this guy. Utah might try to sign this guy. Everyone's going to try to sign him. He was the MVP, Sam Bennett, but Ryan, he took it. He's a big animal adopter guy. And look at the kitty on the MVP.
Oh, my
Ryan.
God. Look at that.
He brought the animals, and I want him to come to Utah, and then he brings the kitties.
Bring more kitties to Utah.
More kitties. People! We're no more kidding about all the more fun we have here tonight. A couple of segments we're going to get through. We're going to do our first music break, everybody. First music break. Ryan, do you have a song in there? Or...
I don't, but I have a song in mind.
Tell me what it is. I'll pull it up.
Summer Breeze by Typo Negative.
Ooh. Ryan, your relationship to him.
This song is at the beginning of the original I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's a remake of a...
You saw that trailer?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
We're going to not spoil 28 years later, but we have to touch on the edges, Ryan. I know Jeremy's going to be like, don't you fucking
I've watched the original from the 90s, I Know What You Did Last Summer, fairly recently, within the last 2 or 3 years, and that movie's pretty good.
Really?
Oh,
it's like The Beach, Ryan. Steph and I talked about The Beach after the Alex Garland, Danny Boyle movie. And I was like, remember The Beach stuff? She's like, I watch it like kind of on the regular. I'm like, The Beach?
Yeah.
Okay. But you're saying the one and only.
Yeah, so this is just like, I don't know how to classify Typo Negative. They seem like proto
Well, it's a
doom
blood
metal.
type, Ryan. It's a blood type.
But this cover is rad. I mean, they just like take a light breezy summer song and just like make it sinister.
Okay, people, I am going to end this song in 3 minutes. Let's take a 3-minute break. We reset. We've got Kirky's Corner We've got Jeremy's Jeff Gway movie talk. We've got a Wiki music game. Wiki music game, guys. So 3-minute break. We'll be back with more fun and merriment on Polyester Blend. 3 minutes. Typo Negative Summer Breeze from the I Know What You Did Last Summer soundtrack. Polyester Blend. Sure. Come on. Come on, this rules. Ryan, what a pick.
So good.
What?
That's like it's every morning I wake up in San Diego.
I was like, it's not that Summer Breeze song, is it? And then it's like, duh, of course it is. By the way, speaking of duh, of course it is. I forgot to bring this up earlier. But this is awesome. Posted this earlier, of course. Every week we post on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, Polyester Blend. I mean, where else do we need to go with this social media stuff, Ryan? I just want to make, and by the way, I've been thinking about a Patreon thing, not to like, just a way for people to know what's going on with the show. Because I hate Instagram, but at the same time, it's the only way we can do it, right? It's the only way we can do it. Like and subscribe. Reach out to us, ideas, thoughts on Instagram, the home of Polyester Blend. Ryan, I forgot to bring up one thing. Besides the fact that it was a great song by Typo Negative, Summer Breeze. And that song, Summer Breeze, is also really good. Typo Negative, not a negative, a positive to me. Ryan, I forgot to mention that I recently dusted off, before we get to Kirky's Corner, dusted off a friend of ours. I forgot about him. And I realized after this weekend, I wanted to see where he's at. I used to call him Brandon. His real name is Chaz. Ryan, did you not know, Ryan, that you live in San Diego and there's the official character of San Diego is known as Car Carmen.
Carmen.
San Diego. Did you know here in Salt Lake we have our own version? His name is Chaz Salt Lake City. Let's check in with him. It's time to go to another hit segment.
In the state is
That's right.
Where in the state is
That's right. I thought his name was Brandon. His real name is Chad, Ryan. By the way, I found the rockapella version of House of the Rising Sun, Ryan.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, rockapella. I think we need to do more of a deep dive on rockapella. It should be our first deep dive, Ryan. We go into it. Anyway, before we move on, as always, people, you guys have to chase down Chaz Salt Lake City. You have to chase him down. Everyone, if you guess it right, the first person to guess it is the winner this week. We're going to play one, and then we'll move on and come back to it later on. People, where in the state of Salt Lake is Chaz Salt Lake City? Here's the first image for you guys to guess on. Oh, my God. It looks like Chaz. Oh, you know who that is, guys? Oh, no. You know who it is. I didn't want to talk about Mike Lee, but there he is in his little puddle of shit, and he's pooping his pants. Oh, no. Mike Lee, you got a little dirty dump. But there's a Chaz Salt Lake City. Ryan, anyone here, any guesses on where this is?
Let's see.
It's a bigger photo. I zoomed in. It's a bigger photo. They're in the bottom part of it.
I haven't know. Is it in Parley's Canyon? Is it the quarry?
Oh, Ryan, no, I'm so sorry. That's wrong. Jeremy.
It looks like it's some sort of retaining wall, is that wow, no, it's not a retaining wall.
Well, that was for Ryan Bradford. Your retaining wall idea? Gerke, any thoughts on where this is?
I mean, I hadn't submitted a formal guess, but go ahead, Gerke.
I'm gonna guess the West Wendover Air Museum. Or East Wendover, sorry, he's in Utah.
Good man. Gerke, you're the closest, but still. We'll come back to it. People, it's time to go to a hit segment.
He's closer than that might be a retaining wall.
You listen to the things. People, we just go to this guy. What he's got to understand is this is his corner. If he doesn't have anything to do, if he has nothing to say, he doesn't have to say anything. This is just his time, his corner, where he's got us cornered and can be like, just one question. This is your moment. Anything you want to say about what's happened so far or any other points of the night, Gerke's Corner.
I mean, I've got a couple thoughts. My first one is, when did they start making hats so big? I mean, when back in my day, you just wore it on the top of your head. And I was gonna talk about this because Rob's not here, and I think we all missed his presence.
He will. He said he's gonna try to. He's playing pickleball.
Oh, that doesn't sound like Rob.
I know. I tried to get him.
What is he doing? Who is this guy?
I know. Next thing he's gonna say, he has a partner. It's like, what, Rob? Just join. Just join the show.
Is it a pickleball bachelor party?
It's singles pickleball. We love Rob. I wanted them to do dinosaur, and he's like, I got work stuff. I couldn't do it. So you'll see. Anyway.
Do you want me to do some dinosaur news?
Well, please, because the Wiki music game is all about this. Please.
All right. So Sotheby's in a couple weeks is going to auction off the skeleton of a Ceratosaurus.
What?
There's a dinosaur that was about 150 million years ago. One of the early meat eaters, sort of like a miniature Allosaurus.
How do you
Not
spell
miniature.
it? How do you spell it, Kirk?
Cerasaurus. And if you include Sotheby's, it has all the details on this particular dinosaur.
Look at this. Oh, I saw this article earlier.
this guy is one of 4 Ceratosaurus skeletons.
It's a cool photo.
Known in existence. There's one up at the University of Utah. This is the only juvenile, so it only stands about a little over 6 feet tall.
Who wrote this article, by the way?
I don't know. Some dummy with a giant head and a tiny hat.
Well, that hat is just, they don't make hats for as big a head as you have, okay?
Yeah. So this is the only juvenile in the world. Wow. So it's a little over 6 feet tall, about 11 feet long, and
don't tell Leo DiCaprio.
So this dinosaur for about 25 years was in the Thanksgiving Point Museum of Ancient Life, but they sold it last year to pay the bills, and now the person who bought it is auctioning it off at Sotheby's.
Jesus.
And the paleontology community is kind of upset about it because it's like if you call yourself a museum, you don't just sell off specimens to keep to cover the expenses. This takes this dinosaur potentially, depending on who buys it and where it ends up, potentially takes it out of public circulation. So yeah. That's a Ceratosaurus. It has a little ridge of bones down its back that you can kind of see there. So it has sort of a little spiny ridge. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot else to tell you about it.
Face it, Gurky, it's Thanksgiving Point. You know what I mean? I mean, like, it's just...
Well, yeah, some of the paleontologists were throwing some pretty good shade at Thanksgiving Point. They're like, they call themselves a museum, but it's more of a theme
Wait
park.
a minute, Mike Gurk. Utah County... grifters who open up those kind of businesses, you're telling me they don't have integrity? I don't.
They have taken some of the money that they got from selling the Ceratosaurus and used it to buy a Barosaurus, which is a little bit more like, which is kind of like a Brontosaurus.
Well, you know what it reminds me of, Gurky? When I saw this article, I'm so glad some idiot, wrote it, because I saw it and the first instinct I had, Kirk, was, oh wait, is now every mansion in Park City, they need to have their own dinosaur bones? And that's where the future of dinosaur bones go, is
that's what one of the guys the guy that runs the museum down in Price that was quoted in this article, I don't know who wrote it, I can't remember. He was talking about, this guy's small enough that you could put him like in an entryway of a McMansion, this is oh hey, we have a Clayton sign.
No, don't acknowledge him yet. This is your moment.
I was going to say, I was waiting. You had that perfect opportunity. You said, oh no morals or no ethics, Utah County. I thought you were like, speaking of no ethics.
We're gonna get there. I know it. We got to get to the Podfather himself. But Kirk, I mean, it's so gross. It's so gross, and it does feel like we're about to enter. Well, not about to. I thought we would have had our check and balances to monopolies and the most rich people in the world. If you look back, the tycoons of the late 1800s were finally monopoly busted by in the 1900s. But it doesn't feel like we're gonna get that, right, Kirk? And that. It's going to be like all the famous great shit is going to be in personal property. And until we take it all down, we have to go find it that way. Gurk, tomatoes, how are they doing?
They're doing really good. I mean, one plant just kind of went off this week. It got like 9 or 10 tomatoes on it now.
So Gurk, remember.
They're all still green, but they're coming in. My beans, I'm worried about my beans. I might have.
Your beans are about to get licked. So Gurk, remember, Gurky's Corner is anything you want to talk about, any updates on your tomatoes, and then anything you want to have free space to rebuttal on from anything previous in the show. You did another great job, my friend. Thank you, always.
And Arlo sends his best.
Oh, we love Arlo. We go to this guy, of course, Clayton Scrivener. Clayton Scrivener, welcome to the show. We're about to do the quiz, but before we get there... We must do Jeremy. Jeremy!
Did you miss? Sorry, I wasn't here for point of order. Did you discuss the dipstick looking thing that I sent out to the friends thread today?
Which one was that, bud?
That was the polygamist oil refinery guy.
No, I read the article, but I thought you would have a better a better.
It was just a great power move.
It was the Kingston guys, right? This one.
Yeah, it was like they accused the former Washakie biodiesel plant of like polluting drinking water, and the guy like took a dipstick out of the oil drum. Was like, nope,
he drank
not polluting anything.
What?
He licks the dipstick. You could just scroll down to the bottom. They're like, he's got these gross things, and you keep going down. There he is. He's licking the dipstick.
Oh, by the way, you shop bro, guys. You shop bro, right? You shop bro next week.
What's your dipstick?
Yeah, replace whatever he's putting in his mouth.
It's like freaking glycerin.
Jesus Christ!
It's like cattle love it and I love it too.
I think it's glycerine.
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 I'm sorry, Razor Blade Suitcase.
The second Bush comment. This
I know
show.
It's a good one.
What does W think of that joke? Behind you.
He doesn't. Again, he has. If he talks.
I missed a whole Bush humor segment
Bush
of
is
this
here.
program. I need to show up on time.
Bush is here, baby. We got former President Judge W. Bush is here.
Remember how like the innocent times when he was not very popular?
Easy. He's a war criminal. Let's not forget that. People, next week we're gonna do what are the things that this guy put in his mouth? Right, Clay? Right, Ryan? What other things did this guy put in his
Glycerin.
mouth? Is that right, Ryan? That's the thing, right? That's
sure.
The
Yeah,
move.
yeah.
What else?
Just suck it. If you scroll down that story, there's like another barrel that said, "Homeboy didn't lick this."
So
anyway,
else?
I just thought that was very polyester blend.
It's perfect, Clay, and you're perfectly coming in.
Thank you.
An hour and a half late. That's fine. That's fine because
I've got a lot on my plate, dog.
I know you do, but this guy has a lot on his plate, and he still has a segment we want to pay. Jeremy, let's do. Jeremy, can we do 3 minutes on this? Jeremy, 2 to 3 minutes. It's time to go to Jeremy's Jeff Gway. Jeremy's Jeff Gway movie talk. This is where he has taken over. He bought the rights to Jeff Gway's movie talk, and he talks about the movies he wants to. Jeremy, take it away.
Well, thank you. I do have some bad news for all you movie fans out there in movie land, and that's that I was out, trying to meet with Ryan Bradford. He was just too busy to make the time.
Hollywood Bradford is what we call him.
Hollywood San Diego Bradford. So I wasn't able to. He was probably actually seeing the zombie movie while
we have to talk about it next week,
That's
Jeremy.
quite possible.
Are you going to watch it by
anyway?
next? Are you going to watch
I will have watched it by next week.
We have to talk about it.
If you guys want to talk about it without me, you're welcome to.
No, we have no time tonight, so just stick with that. We'll talk about it 28 years later. Everyone watch it. Spoilers. We'll talk about it next Monday. Go ahead, Jim.
All right. So one of the other, less marquee movies, but if you're a real cinephile, you might have checked it out. It's writer-director Celine Song, Materialist, starring Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, and Pedro Pascal. So it's an A24 release. So everyone was like, "Oh, it'll have some weird, surreal twist," but it actually doesn't really have a surreal twist. It's a social commentary rom-com based around the world of professional matchmakers.
Matchmaker.
And parts of it are interesting. Chris Evans is actually quite good in it. He's like the poor ex-boyfriend, and then Pedro Pascal is like the sexy rich guy who she wants to recruit for her matchmaking service, but he just wants to date her. And it has this whole kind of interesting thing about the value of a potential mate. It's all when she's looking at a guy, she has to think about him from this marketing perspective. Like, will her clients who she's paying go for him, or what's his value on the market? So the Pedro Pascal character, for example, is like a 10 out of 10 because he ticks all the boxes. He's 6 feet tall. He's rich. He, doesn't seem to have any personality disorders. All that kind of stuff. The screenplay is a bit hit and miss, though. Like, the romantic arc of the film doesn't really work as well as the kind of behind the scenes of the business stuff. And then Dakota Johnson's performance is just really weird. I have to quote a woman in the lobby who was talking to her friends after it, and she said it was like she'd never been in a conversation with two humans before. Like, her delivery through the whole movie is kind of this weird, like, lilty, mannered thing, and it doesn't seem to like be a artistic choice. There are some artistic choices where, like, even when she's trying to be a genuine person, she's kind of repeating her script lines from her work. So there's stuff like that, but it was really just a kind of awkward, like, unengaging performance when it felt like she had to portray herself as this, like, kind of heavy hitter, top of the line matchmaker. So she just didn't sell the character very well, and because of that, I thought
But Jeremy, it feels like a weird time to release it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like a throwaway time to release it. Is that fair to say? Like, they didn't put a lot of money into this. We've got to fill June, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a blockbuster.
I mean, it's summer, so it's a big movie going time traditionally, but
and you got stars.
It's definitely counter programming. It's like, let's release kind of an art house romantic film to maybe we'll get some people who don't want to go see the zombie movie.
Right.
Or
if we were going to release a PBL movie, we would have to be star forward. It'd have to be The Sign that Ryan had last week at the protest. It'd have to be Weezer Pepper.
Santa Pinata.
It had to be Santa Pinata.
Main star.
It's not us, guys, but it's these people. Jeremy, this is why I want to do this. You've given us an idea on a movie I would never probably watch, but I was curious, and you did a great job. I just want to, before we move on,
I made you probably not want to watch it.
I'll watch it. No, you know what this feels like. This feels like a Steph and I, a Thursday, Wednesday night. Hey, we got dinner. We should put on a movie. It just, you know what I mean, Jeremy? It feels like that kind of like, hey, we're just gonna have dinner and watch a movie. Easy, put on something, see what we think. I'm gonna see it in a theater.
I thought that's when you guys always watch Bad Lieutenant.
No, dude, it's Cannibal the Musical. It's Hellraiser 3. But speaking of
and on Spaceballs,
Jeremy,
every
everyone
time.
here,
Or just that one scene in Bad Lieutenant.
or
Just that one
Protocol
scene.
New Orleans.
Can I do a quick thing, Jeremy? I'm sorry to take over Jeremy's Jeff Gway film talk, but I thought you guys would love this. Jeremy, you ever see this movie, A Most Wanted Man?
That looks like my man Philip Seymour Hoffman.
This is the last performance of Philip Seymour Hoffman. Jeremy, do you ever watch this?
Yes.
Any memory, your thoughts? 15 seconds on that. 15.
It didn't make. Well, it's Anton Corbijn.
Right.
Directed it, right?
Music video.
And you got Willem Dafoe up in there.
Music video guy did that Joy Division movie. I like a lot. I like that Joy Division movie a lot.
Was that the 24-hour party people?
Mm-mm.
No.
It was called Control.
Corbin's a pretty solid director.
I like this movie. It's not a great movie, but it's a good movie. Why?
Yeah, it's a good kind of slow building
spy
type thing.
People.
Is it based on a John le Carré novel?
I know that.
My favorite part is when he confronts the detective.
Wait.
And he says, "How's the peeping?"
We do love
that is a classic.
How's the peeping?
Here's what I will submit, Ryan. I need to convince Ryan we should do greatest husky boys in pop culture. Maybe that's it, Ryan. We do
PSH. Pretty close.
We do, Ryan. It's not actual people, Ryan, but we do like the characters, because Ryan and Jeremy and especially Clay, my husky brethren, this is the.
You said I'm especially husky. What the fuck?
This is the greatest husky performance of all time. This is a drinker.
What is this?
This is a smoker.
Is this the gambler?
No, this is this movie, Clay.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. No, I thought Owning Mahoney was the one where he's
no.
Greatest husky of all time, just losing all his money and being.
And that is truly, Clay. That's a good point. But this whole movie, Clay, is drinking, smoking, drinking, smoking, drinking, smoking. I mean, it's incredible. Ryan, you'd love this. I think this is the greatest husky boy performance ever. Someone put this drawing out. This is some this is what my interpretation of his character. Ryan, I couldn't help but think it looks like this. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like
it's giving Henderson.
It's giving me Henderson vibes. All I want to say before we end.
Well, quick shout out to The American. You mentioned Control already. The American with George Clooney.
Yeah.
Also a very good Anton Corbijn film.
Can I put a pin? Can I put a pin on this? And you dismissed it like it was a relic type situation, but like I'd really like a little robust discussion of friendship when we get a chance.
Jeremy, have you watched it yet?
Yeah, I have. We can discuss it right now.
Well, no.
Well, there's people who haven't seen it.
Ryan, you've seen Friendship?
I've seen it. Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
Next week, we just...
Gurky?
We got to make sure for time.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I just like to put that on the agenda.
Let's do that next week. Jeremy, movie talk.
You know what? I'm going to do some ayahuasca on Wednesday and probably hit some Subway. So we're good.
I'm just gonna lick a toad.
Okay, so next week. All right, yes. Everyone, be prepared. Like, it's announced now. I'll put it up.
Sorry, that's making my side turn. It was the best, one of the best scenes in film history, in my opinion.
Wait, but
agreed. Agreed.
But Clay, you're not gonna watch 28
years. Oh, do me dirty.
You're not.
What's that?
You're not gonna watch 28 Years Later by next Monday. That's your assignment.
I might be able to.
Go watch it. It's really. I don't know spoilers. I loved it. 28 years.
28 days later.
No,
28 years later.
28 years.
Okay.
Later.
I'm not familiar with it. Okay, I'll check it out.
Did you ever watch 28 Days Later in 2000s?
I don't think so.
Yeah, little bitch. Go watch that. Go watch it. And then next week, 2 movies, Jeremy. I'm not trying to take over the segment, but I do think it's smart. We do 28 Years Later and Friendship next week. You good with that?
Nice.
As long as we can also do all the new releases that will be coming out.
If you can do it in a beautiful, like a firework of your descriptions of each one, and they are done very quickly.
We would have done Friendship, but you skipped my segment that week.
Maybe you can visit me at Gurky's Corner.
He's kind of conflating.
Oh, dude, wait, Kirk, you know what we should do is parliamentary. Like, I give my time to Jeremy.
I yield my time.
I yield my time. Right, Kirk? Because you guys, I'm trying to build the 10 o'clock hour is like 10 to 10:30 is you guys get your own time. If you want to, I yield my time, you can yield your time. But I'm trying to build a time where each of you get a moment from 10 to 10:30.
And then I can reclaim my time.
That's something you can work out with Jeremy. I will tell you it probably won't come back. Let me do this, though. We are going to ditch, again, next week we'll do a Wiki music game. Sorry, no Wiki music game. We're going to do a music break. And then we're going to come back with Utah City's quiz.
Hell yeah.
A one I'm very happy about. I think you guys will be very interested in. Let us do this. Ryan, do you have another? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Never mind. Sorry. This is easy. I've probably done this before. I do not care.
Repeating ain't bad.
We're going to do a 2-minute music break. We come back with Utah City's quiz. Clay, get locked in. Clay, you weren't here, but we're doing San Juan County. Ryan, San Juan County.
There's only like five towns in San Juan County. So
We will talk about this. You have lifelines. I'm going to play one song. It is, of course, we should do 90s pop song rankings because I think this not best band. It's not, you know what I mean? I'm saying best in the top 10 of best pop songs of the 90s. Ryan brought it up. It's about sunshine. It's by a Canadian band I love called Len. 2 minutes of this.
Oh, snap.
2 minutes. Polyester Blood.
Uncomfortable 3 feet deep. Now the fuzzy stare from not being there on a confusing morning week. Impair my tribal lunar speak. And of course you can't become if you only say what you would have done. So I missed a million miles of fun. I know it's up for me. If you steal my sunshine, making sure I'm not in too deep. If you steal my sunshine, keep me bursting on my feet. If you steal my sunshine. What the heck was that? That was a little unfair. I was flying on the bench, sliding the park across the street. LA to New York that week. My sticky palms were in the making straws out of big fat slurpy treats. An incredible Lakewood heat. Now the funny glare of pale gleaming tear and staring under heat. Involved in unusual feet. And I'm not only a monk, but I invite who I wanna come. So I missed a million miles of fun. I know it's up for me. If you steal my sunshine, making sure I'm not in too deep. If you steal my sunshine, keep me bursting on my feet. If you steal my sunshine. I know it's done for me. If you steal my sunshine, not something hard to see. If you steal my sunshine, keep me dumb and built to beat. If you steal my sunshine, my sunshine.
People, I'm telling you, that's a pop hit.
It's a banger.
It's a banger. People, speaking of banger, before we get to the wonderful Utah Cities quiz where Ryan and Clay will go head to head in a battle of knowledge, we must go to this. Ryan already knows this. Clay, just like a babe in the woods. He's just showing up to this stuff. He's just getting familiar with it. Clay, did you know that we brought back a character I know you love, but it had a different name. Now it's your proper name. You were the one who gave it this name. It finally does. Clay, it's time to go to not Carmen, San Diego, Chaz, Salt Lake City.
Ordah.
Wait, that's not.
Polly one. Where in the state is
That's right, Clay. Carmen San Diego's not the only.
I gave this person their name. I don't remember the
We came up with this bit a long time ago. I called it Brandon, and you said Clay. You were like, "No, his name's Chaz." And I looked back. Notes are correct.
Okay,
It is
all right.
Chaz. It is Chaz. Chaz, Salt Lake City.
Chaz.
So Clay,
Yeah.
Everyone here has had an opportunity to say what that is. Can you name where Chaz Salt Lake City is? And by the way, why you decide the vocal stylings of rockapella?
I'm guessing he's at the Bangerter Pumps.
Ooh, Clay, you're wrong. Clay, you're so wrong. Everyone can guess now. We'll start with you, Ryan. Here's the next clue. Ryan, you can see it's in the it's outside, Ryan. Does that clue, Ryan, help you out at all?
Not really. Are there cement tunnels? What's that public art thing? Is that what they're?
Oh, so you're thinking of
What's the name
Sun
of that?
Tunnels. Sun Tunnels.
Sun tunnels.
By Holt.
Is that?
See what the Sun Tunnels? Hey, I wasn't that far off. I was like just like 40 miles north.
Radford, you are the first winner of
Nancy
Chaz Salt Lake City. And by the way, Clay, just so you know, oh God, Chaz is hanging out with his buddy. His buddy.
No, I know who he's with.
Who is he with, Clay?
Senator Michael.
Wait, but why do you know that?
I'm familiar with that move, the thing he's doing with his pants.
What's he doing in his pants?
What do we call it? It's gross.
He's holding in his shit. Because he has so much shit coming out.
Do you have? Is that AI designed?
No. No, actually, you know what? That's all Photoshop. No AI.
Wow.
No AI.
Even those arms, that arm move.
That's why it looks so nuts. The AI is Chaz. Chaz on his motorcycle is definitely AI.
Okay.
But could you imagine riding around on your dirt bike while your friend is in his diaper shitting his pants?
Hey, I wasn't that far. I will
is
say,
Chaz friends with Mike Lee?
Dude, duh. He's out of the sun tunnels with him. Come on, man. That's him and Chaz.
Yeah, I kind of thought like Chaz would be a cooler guy. Cool dude.
Well, the journey of Chaz has just begun, my friend. People, this has been another.
Where in the state is Chaz?
We'll do more where the state is Chaz, Salt Lake City. In the future, people, we must get to it. It's the big segment of the night. We must get to it. Everyone's waiting for me to find the fucking thing, and then. Here we go. People! Hollywood. It's time. It's time. We open up the great halls. Utah is a great between Clayton and Utah. Is a great place to be. Let us have it all. Since this man that we love. It's a great fucking game. Oh my God, people. Oh my God, we are doing another.
With its canyons and streams, you can go
A great game. Polyester Blends, Utah City Squiz. Ryan, you can see it's 68 to 65. You need this one, dog. You need this one.
Yeah, you gotta stay within striking distance.
You did win Utah County Squiz, so don't forget, Ryan, you are smarter than Clayton.
Oh, Jesus. Come on, dog.
Ryan.
I mean, whatever. There was more prestige in the county's quiz, so whatever happens here,
I need to go back to that.
It's gonna be
travesty
just
of
second
justice that was the county's quiz and relive how I was completely dicked out of it.
People, special announcement here tonight. Special announcement. But before we get to that, Ryan and Clayton, you won last week. You're up.
Yep.
We are doing San Juan County. You can see, Clay, you're the only one who's won in San Juan County. 2 wins. 2 wins, Clay, for .25. Which community in San Juan County are we doing?
I'm thinking Bluff. I mean, I see Monticello and Blanding there, so I guess I'm thinking Bluff.
I love it, Clay. You're a smart guy. Ryan, what are we doing in San Juan County?
I think it's gonna have to be Santa Clarita.
Now, Ryan,
Santa Clara.
I just want to bring up. I just want to bring up, Ryan. You always guess this, and it really hasn't been right since you did the quiz and won it, Ryan. Are you comfortable continuing with your guess?
Yeah. No, I feel pretty confident this time.
God bless. Ryan, Clay, the right answer, Halchita.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
Halchita. Am I pronouncing that right? Is it a Navajo name? Is it a Spanish name? Halchita? Halchita? I'm a dumb white male. Let's just be clear. That's what's going on. I think it's...
I'm already troubled by this decision.
Well, we have to go through every community. What are we talking about?
Okay. Cool.
Clay?
Yo.
Should we not recognize everyone who lives in the state
No,
of
we're
Utah?
good. We're good. I don't know. I just don't know whether they're pronouncing it right. I don't know anything about it. We're good.
I don't know, but I will rely on anyone
I can't wait to learn. I mean, part of this is learning.
And that's exactly what it's going to say, Clay. If anyone wants to point out if I'm saying it wrong, the idea is that everyone gets to see.
I mean, looking at it geographically, I got to think this is a Monument Valley related settlement.
It is
and I'm officially done talking.
It's adjacent. It is adjacent, my friend. Adjacent. So Clay and Ryan, we are doing, and let's be clear, Clay. San Juan County is a part of the Navajo Nation. If we're going to do a complete Utah Cities quiz, we're going to treat everyone here the same. And that is
Absolutely.
The communities of the Navajo Nation.
It's a census designated place, yeah.
Or it's a town, or it's a city. And that's a part of San Juan County. And
I'm guessing it's not a city.
We will talk about it here in a second. Ryan and Clay, you can see Halchita is a part of San Juan County. My question for you guys, well, it's really Clay. We got to do this. Clay, it's time, my friend.
So it's time to flip a coin?
It's time to flip a coin. A coin must be flipped for command of question number 5. We are going to go through all the history of this. A lot of the modern day history, to be honest. Let's go through it. People, we must ask Clay, do you want heads of the old heads or tails, or do you want modern? Oh, it looks small this time. Do you want small Lincoln head?
It's supposed to be large, Penny.
Oh, and we got lifelines jumping.
Let's click to flip. Let's click to flip. Let's go tails. Let's go tails.
You used to be you're always doing the original heads and
I'm
tails.
stepping out.
So you want tails. You want tails.
Yeah. So I'm stepping out.
Achievement unlocked. Sound off.
God damn it.
Sound off.
Ryan, your first time in a while. Clay, you've been very good. Very good. Picking up the coin flip. Ryan, what are your thoughts on getting command at question number 5?
I don't like the way this is starting.
Wait, you got command at question number 5. You don't like
I did. No, I like that.
Brian. Oh, my.
He likes the way this is done.
He's barely paying attention. Halchita, Utah, which is a part of Navajo Nation.
Welcome to the club, Brian.
A part of Navajo Nation in Utah. People, we do an oeuvre of the community. This is from in Japanese, so I can't read that. It's called Halchita, Utah. 277 views 8 years ago. Kicking our ass, Clay. Kicking our ass.
Yeah, I'm sitting over. Excuse me. Oh, yeah.
So you know, Clay, it is near Monument Valley. It is south of Mexican Hat. It is in the southern part of San Juan County. This video again looks, to kicking our ass. The next one, Clay.
I'm not really seeing much of a human settlement there.
Clay, this is from the Dizuko, Hilchita, Utah, USA, from September 2023.
Ooh. I know what that is.
Questions to come.
I will be
careful.
quiet. I will be quiet. I know what that is.
Be careful.
I know what that is. Okay, there's the settlement. Okay.
The last thing I would say, I did. Everyone's wondering, did I watch the Helchita Project information session from the Utah Rotary Club? 99 views. Yeah, kicking her ass, but doesn't feel like that much of a kicking of her ass. Did I watch a lot of white dudes talk about this? But God bless the Rotary Club, Clay. God bless the Rotary Club.
Wait, what is the Rotary Club of what?
Of Utah. Did a project in Helchita to make a community center.
Oh, that's cute. Okay.
That's great. That's what community work should be, right, Clay? Seems like the right thing. Clay, just remember, Ryan, it is near the Four Corners of Utah, all that stuff. I don't want to.
Based on that picture, I'm not going to say anything anymore. Really close to Mexican Hat. I'll just say that.
Absolutely, Clay. You're on the right thing. Clay, you won last week, so you get the first question of the week. First question of the week. Clay, my question for you is this. Are you familiar with this artist?
No.
Clay.
Sorry.
I don't think anyone in Utah is. Clay, Ryan. Oh, by the way, Girk is here for Lifelines. Producer Rob showed up for Lifelines. Jeremy's the judge. So
she's got great jewelry. I like that.
Well, guess what, my friend? Did you know, in fact, that we are looking at Mary Holiday Black? Get this. In 1995, she not only became the first Navajo artist, but the first artist from Utah to receive both the National Heritage Fellowship and the National Endowment of the Arts.
Hello.
R.I.P.
Oh, right, I was going to say.
NEA, R.I.P.
We lived a time where that was possible. But Ryan and Clay and everyone here, it wasn't anyone but Mary Holiday Black, who did not speak English. She only spoke Navajo. She, again, was the first person from this state and the Navajo Nation to get those endowments. My question for you guys, what was her artistry? What was the Navajo artistry that she...
Wait, is this my question or is it
this is for you, Clay. This is for you. You have lifelines. Clay, what was her artistry? Was it A, silversmithing, pottery, basketry, sand painting? What is her artistry that she got? Of course, the first Navajo artist, Utah artist, not male or female, first artist to get National Heritage Fellowship and National Endowment for the Arts. You have lifelines in the form of producer Rob and Gerke. Jeremy's here to judge.
I feel like you threw silversmithing on there just to throw me off because she had a lot of beautiful silver jewelry. Anyway, Rob.
Whoa!
Yeah, I'm here.
Now, Rob, you played pickleball, and that's more important than the broadcasting across the nation. Okay. Thanks, Rob. Thanks for being here. You've heard the preamble.
Nothing speaks more to his knowledge about Native American and history than going and playing pickleball.
It's so true. It's so true.
Yeah, I think that's right. That sounds right. Accurate. Yeah.
Rob, what do you think it is, my friend? You're listening to this.
You played pickleball today. What did Mary Black specialize in?
First of all, Mary Black seems rad as hell. That is an awesome,
right?
We can all
awesome
agree on that.
fucking lady.
Right.
Looks kick ass. I would like to believe that she is a sand painter.
Oh.
I love sand painter.
And these are all traditional art forms of the Navajo Nation, not limited to, but the most prominent according to Google, which is probably not what we should listen to, but
you said it was in the 90s, right?
So she won it in 1995.
Yeah, I feel like sand painting was like a thing.
All the rage.
It was like all the rage in the 90s. Feels like it to me, but Clayton, I support your heart.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. I spent a lot of time in this area of the state about 20 years ago as an employee of the state and a representative of the tourism department. I'm about 90% sure it's C.
Do you go with your lifeline? Do you go?
I go with my I go with my brain.
Follow your heart and your brain.
It just keeps coming back because sand painting.
One full point, Clay. One full pointer. Ryan could steal for 1.5.
And also endless mockery. If I raw dog, whatever.
Wait, you didn't raw dog. You would be
I
turning
deviated.
your back.
There's got to be like a term of like listening to your. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, Jeremy. What would you call? What would you call
reverse dog?
Downward reverse dog.
Yeah, downward reverse dog.
I'm gonna go with
cooked dog.
I'm gonna go with basketry just because I swear I remember somewhere in the back of my mind.
Clay, can you just look into your camera and say "fuck you, Rob"? You're wrong, and then I'll.
No.
Not necessary. I told you to trust your heart, and you're doing that. I support you.
Basketry is right. Clay, 1 full point because you looked at Rob and heard his voice.
No,
you
it wasn't
heard,
about that.
You heard his voice and you said, "Fuck you, you're an idiot."
It was about me being at the trading post down there in Mexican Hat and just kind of just remembering beautiful baskets.
Ryan, there's multi-points here. You've got the first multi-point questions of the night, Ryan. Are you ready?
I am.
Ryan, a street with no names. A street with no names. Ryan, here is Helchita.
Love a good Google Maps question.
With no names of the roads besides Helchita Road and Gypsum Creek Road. So,
Okay.
Ryan, all these roads have no names. These streets have no names. Ryan, my question.
Are you going to start bonoing out on us?
These streets have no names. Fight Irish.
Filmed in Vegas, baby.
Is this the Joshua Tree?
Ryan, my question for you is that I showed you that all those roads have no names in Helchita. But guess what, Ryan? They definitely have names based on the characters of one of these 90s shows. Ryan, you have lifelines. Every road that I didn't have a name for has a name from a character of one of these shows. Ryan, is it A, The Simpsons, B, Friends, C, Cheers, D, King of the Hill, E, Buffy, the Vampire Slayer, D, 90210, or F, Baywatch? Ryan, which of all those streets have the characters from this show? You have lifelines for 1 full point.
Gurky, what do you think?
I've got no idea. You want to talk it through?
So all of these are 90s except Cheers and Baywatch. Does that make any?
Cheers, their popularity was in the 90s. The end of Cheers was early 90s. And then, what do you say? Baywatch popularity was in the 90s. So I feel like they're Judge. I feel like Judge, they're qualified.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of leaning toward The Simpsons and Cheers just because it seems like
pretty universal.
Well, yeah, kind of universal, kind of maybe earlier. And so, like, when the town was first developing, although apparently it developed a long time. I could see like a Homer Avenue and a Marge, Lisa Lane kind of thing. So
yeah. What would Cheers roads sound like? Like Norm Street,
Cliff could have multiple.
Woody Way,
Cliff Parkway, Woody Way. Yeah. I'm gonna go A. The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No.
Right. Wait. What?
Ryan.
God, I hate when you do that.
Ryan. Well, there's a lot going on here. Ryan, you are right. You are right, you little bitch.
Well, this is Gurky. Thank you.
Gurk.
It was good saying those streets out loud because
we love our Gurk.
The Simpsons sounded more normal.
I tried looking this up. I didn't find any knowledge, guys. Sorry. I didn't find any knowledge of why this is the way it is. But Ryan, and then you could do Lifeline Kirky, Lifeline Rob. It turns out that you guys were right, that it is Simpson names. My question for 1 full point each, or Clayton could steal for 0.5, is can you name the roads of the family members of The Simpsons? So, Ryan, Marge, Bart, Lisa, Maggie, Homer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I will say one of the members of the family don't have a road from Google, but you can guess which one is theirs. You, Ryan, could get an additional 5.
How did you find this information?
Because I work hard, baby. Ryan, if you can match each family member to the road that I showed you here, you get 1 point each. Clay can steal for 0.5. The 5th one is not on here, but you could guess what the 5th one is. Ryan, go ahead.
Well, what do you mean exactly? You can guess
there are 4 official roads. One of them is not designated, but I kind of think I know what that road's called. So there are only you can name the official name of 4 roads and then guess what the 5th one is. So again, you have 4 options for real roads. One's going to be left off. You guys guess.
I'm gonna raw dog this. I think I'm gonna go 1 is gonna be Homer because I assume it encapsulates the entire wraparound of that road, so that would be like the big road.
Big homie. Looks kind of like his head too.
Yeah.
To be honest.
That's a good point. Or Clay. That's
and I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go like hierarchy, I guess. So like Marge would be 2, 3 would be Bart, 4 would be Lisa, and then at the very bottom, that would be. Wait, yeah, you have
Marge,
Maggie
but
at
you
2.
put Maggie.
Oh, sorry, guys. So you wanted.
Yeah, there you go.
Marge. Sorry. Guys, there's
Lisa
so many
4, and then Maggie will be the little.
That's
so
why
many
you
graphics.
got the judge here keeping an eye on
Thank you,
things.
Judge. Thank you, Judge. So Bart is right, Ryan? And then Lisa 4.
Yeah, and then Maggie at the very bottom.
Okay. And this is for 1 full point each. Okay. Let's go through.
I feel a clean sweep coming on here.
Let's go through who is right and who is wrong. People.
That's literally Homer's fucking head and face.
So, hold on, let me pull up the map, make sure I have it right.
Also, was this a government town where some white dude was
I mean,
like, Simpsons?
Clay, why is it
No,
all...
I think that the only English speakers in the town were kids.
Oh.
That's what I think, and I think the kids named the streets.
That's a really good guess. Hold on. Let me make sure I have this right. Yeesh almighty.
Like, that is literally Homer looking down. His mouth is even a mouth.
Okay. Sorry. I thought I had this in the right place, but I don't. Sorry. It's drama. Sorry, guys. Drama. But the right answer is... Oh, let me do this.
What's going on?
Sorry, people. We have so many different... I thought I had that brought up right away. Okay, so for 1 full point each, Ryan, if you've guessed the right spots for Simpson characters, let's see what you got. Ryan, is Homer number 1?
Oh my god.
Oh, damn.
Is Marge number 2?
My whole understanding of life is ruined.
Is Lisa number 4?
Bart number 4.
Or Bart.
I'm still no, sorry. Bart 3, Lisa 4.
Is Maggie right? Booyah! So you've got Maggie right. So Ryan, you've
The one
ended
that
up,
doesn't have a street is the only one that got
and
it.
that was kind of interesting to me. So Ryan, you've got 2 points. Maggie is right. Clay, you can get 0.5 for each one that you reassemble. Go ahead, Clay.
I'll go number 1, Bart. Number
Okay.
2, Homer. Number 3, Marge. Wait, that doesn't make any sense because Lisa. Let's go. Number 2, Homer. Lisa, Marge. Let's see how that works out.
So Bart,
Homer, Lisa, Marge.
Lisa, Marge.
See if we can scare up some points that way.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is number 1 right?
Oh, that's obviously Marge's hair.
Is
Oh.
I
is
do
Homer
agree. It
number-
looks like Marge's hair the most, but
Wow.
But
Strikeout.
Clay, Marge on number 4. Clay, you get 0.5. You get 0.5.
Okay.
Marge worked out. For you guys who are wondering at home, let's see.
So you guys who thought it was Marge's hair? Fuck
So
off.
it turned out that the geographic,
we're wrong
looking
anyway.
looking at it
Yeah.
from that map doesn't matter at all, and never
Not at
it
all.
never did. But it turns out that it's Lisa, which I kind of like.
Lisa is number 1. It's cool.
Lisa, I kind of like because it's the most complicated road, and she's the smartest. So Lisa, Bart, Homer.
it's for alliteration, though. It's the Lisa loop.
There we go. There we go. People, it's time for Clay. Clay, you ready, buddy?
Yeah, my mind is blown by that. Okay, we're good.
Well, again, I thought that you would like
Yeah,
this.
you do. Yeah, you do good work, man.
We're-
How you
we're-
discover that? Good job.
I know you love it. All right, next one is this.
Why I'm here.
People, the next question. Where the fuck?
Do you think nuclear power is the reason they chose Simpsons related?
Well, that's a good question.
Because there's unless there's going to be more street name questions. I'm looking at this. Are there more
The
street
whole
names?
Pluton. There's a whole radioactive thing happening here.
Well, so
It's like,
people.
can I discuss other street names, or are there more questions?
No, street names are all yours.
Okay, just because there's a uranium drive,
Yeah.
Gypsum Creek Road, but there's also Springfield Drive.
Oh, good work, dude. Good work. Clay, we must go to your third question. A lot of points here. A lot of points. Clay, you ready?
Okay.
Number of blank worth of nuclear debris in the Superfund site. So, Clay, what I'm talking about, you saw it earlier. This right here.
That whole thing. Yep.
That is a massive, massive, guys.
That is a capped piece of uranium tailings.
When we talk about, like, of course, Chernobyl.
It looks like a lake. It looks like a lake.
Chernobyl is horrid, right? Like, Chernobyl sucks. But this is like a small part of our Chernobyl. It's granite. It's just rock that makes a lake bed. But to your point, Clay, it's just, it's a
Well, they're trying to. The government did that so that would no longer leach into the water supply of 50 million people.
But think about that, right, Clay? Think about that.
Yeah.
We're talking about Navajo Nation. We're talking about people who have been fucked over by this
Well,
government.
that's because I was wondering about how Cheetah, because I don't know much about it. I was wondering if this was a government town as they were building this site.
Well, Clay, I'm going to offer you a new game. My friend. 1.3 dry tons of Monument Valley, Arizona, Umtrica Title I processing site lays on top of this. So, Clay, get ready for this. What I just said is the extra that is on top of what is already there, Clay. So look at this, Clay. In that lake you're looking at, from the Monument Valley, Arizona Umtraka Title I processing site, I'm going to give you options of huge structures in America, and then I'm going to give you an option to line up the numbers of dry tons. No, I think you'll find this interesting. Okay. Is that site brought from Monument Valley, and then on top of what already existed and the Helchita Mexican hat site. Look at this. Look at this, Clay. Look at this. I think you'll find this interesting, Clay. So match the object to each one and the number to each one. So the object is a school bus, 12 tons. A blue well, 200 tons. Titanic was 52,000 tons. The U.S. Capitol is 94,000 tons. The Empire State Building is 365,000 tons. The Golden Gate Bridge is 887,000 tons. The Hoover Dam is 6.6 million. So you have two objects to line up, Clay.
Yeah.
And then you have numbers, dry tons. Every number you get right for 1 full point, Ryan can steal for 0.5. You have lifelines.
So I could pull any. I'm really confused here.
No. So every object, you have objects up top. So you have two objects to place. I would say, Clay, that one object on top is smaller than the other object. And then you have four numbers to place in dry tons.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Gertie or Ryan, anyone can, Jeremy as judge, please help him because I might have made it too complicated.
Okay, I'm saying this object is equal to dry tons?
Yeah.
The first object.
So pick an object that's probably smaller than the second object, but then it would be one of these numbers below. So you could put 4, 1, or 3, 1, or 1, 4. But probably the object up top is smaller than the one coming.
What is the object up top? What am I trying to say about the object?
Would it be a school bus? Would it be a blue whale? Would it be a Titanic? Like, how?
So I think if Schlegel, tell me if I understand this right. You've got two tailings piles.
Yes.
One is the Monument Valley. One is the Mexican hat.
Oh.
They each weigh a certain number of dry tons.
To your point, Gerke, the Monument Valley was placed on top of the Mexican hat. So the Monument Valley is what Monument Valley was an object and dry tons.
Okay.
And then the Mexican hat is what it collectively adds up to. So you're putting.
So I would put Monument Valley smaller.
Yes. Would it be a
definitely.
school bus? Blue whale?
Let's do school bus. Let's do school bus.
We're doing a school bus.
12 dry tons.
And then out of the numbers below, would you put a 1, 3, 4, 4? Like, what would you put for dry tons?
13.
Okay. See, thank you, buddy. I know it's complicated, but we're getting to a narrative point. So one.
My best.
What you said 1?
Yeah. 1, 3.
Okay, 1, 3. And then what would be adding that on top of what's the nuclear waste of in Navajo Nation, where people are dealing with this shit today?
Well, I was comfortable saying that this was roughly about 8 times Hoover Dam, so 44.
So you're going to do 44. Mm-hmm. And then what was the object? What would be the object?
Oh. Hoover Dam.
Okay. And you've done a wonderful final answer. You raw dogged it.
All aboard! First of all, it was a very lonely journey just trying to figure this out. So
I know.
Yes.
I'm trying to make
I didn't want to. Kirky stepped in with like a sympathetic non-raw dog.
I'm trying to make a point with this stuff, Clay. I'm trying to make a point.
This is an amazing. I mean, like, hats off to you.
Well, God bless, and I love you. Clay, is it a school bus? Clay, for 1 point each. Is it 1? Booyah! Is it 3? Booyah!
Oh, yes.
My God. Clay.
That means I'm guaranteed, baby. I'm guaranteed. Switch.
Clay, you said Hoover Dam.
Not sure that's right. Okay, that
You
doesn't matter.
said 4.4. Clay! You were at 4.5. You got all the numbers right, dude. You got
That's
all
cool.
the numbers right. Ryan
That's cool.
Bradford. Ryan Bradford. I think there's a CenturyLink has got something going on. Fuck off. God damn it. People, sorry that we had a breakup in communication. Very upset. Hold on. I think CenturyLink's being hacked a lot. I need to ditch them. I feel like Iran's getting to them so quickly. It's bullshit.
Responding to
No,
Here we go.
people, CenturyLink, I think, is being nuked by Iran. I think there's some bullshit going on. I mean, seriously, CenturyLink keeps fucking up this week, Clay. It's garbage.
I know. Well, you texted the friend group earlier
Yeah,
asking us our internet providers.
It looks like garbage. All right, let's get back to this, Clay.
Yeah.
Ryan, do you see?
I was going for Blue Whale up top, Titanic down.
Okay.
I still don't quite understand the objects, but I'm really glad I nailed the dry tails. Because,
So Clayton's up 4.5 to 2. But so you guys can see this. And by the way, I had this whole thing. I'm so mad about this CenturyLink business. So you guys can see. It turns out this is from the government, your government. Watch this.
legacy management.
And by the way,
Insane
Clay,
clown pussy.
by the way, Clay, just like putting gravel on
Radiation, how does that work?
The U.S. Department of Energy, or DOE, remediated the site under the Uranium Mill Tailings Remedial Action, or UMTRA, project. Surface remediation and construction of the disposal cell was completed at the site in 1995. The pentagonal-shaped disposal cell was
We love our pentagonal.
constructed at the location of the
That's a little
pre-existing
stretch to call
former
it
lower
pentagonal.
tailings pile. 983,000 cubic yards, or 1.3 million dry
Empire
tons
State
of
Building.
tailings and associated wastes were subsequently hauled from the Monument Valley, Arizona, UMTRA Title I processing site located
Guys, 3 Empire States Building. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I wanted to. It wasn't Blue Whale. It wasn't School Bus. And then
approximately 15 miles south of the site and placed on top of the contaminated materials from the Mexican Hat site. A total of approximately 3.6 million cubic yards, or 4.4 million dry tons, of radioactive tailings and other residual radioactive materials, also known as RRM, were.
there's that much shit, guys, underneath.
And still, after them laying all this out there, I'm still like, it's still kind of probably pretty messed up.
I don't know if I want to go on a walk, right, Clay? I don't know if I want to
I'm
go
not going to be vacationing on the UMTRA site.
Next question's for Ryan. Ryan, you ready?
Yes.
Buddy,
Yes.
are you familiar with this?
Clint Eastwood.
Oh, sorry.
And what movie is that?
It's a Western.
What kind of Western?
I know what it
It's a spaghetti.
Ah, buddy,
Spaghetti.
you familiar
It's the
with
outlaw Josie Wales, man.
Are you familiar with that?
No.
Well, it's an arch.
Oh, an
that's-
arch.
Someone was hung in the west outside of El Chita.
Oh, I shouldn't have talked.
Oh, be careful, buddy. Be careful. Ryan, my question for you, it was from a spaghetti western. What spaghetti western is that arch? Is that arch from? Ryan, for 1 full point. Is it A, A Fistful of Dollars, B, For a Few Dollars More, C, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, D, Once Upon a Time in the West, or
I'm glad I was wrong. I was wrong.
a sea duck? And Ryan, you can clearly tell that sea duck, you sucker, is a goof one. Don't worry about that. So A, B, D, A, B, C, or D. You have lifelines. Not the judge. Not the judge.
I kind of want to raw dog this one.
It's up to you.
Unless Gurky, Rob, Ken, anybody a Clint Eastwood fan?
Wait. Are you raw dogging or are you asking for a lifeline?
Rob Nielsen.
He's Rob dogging.
Yeah, that's you made a good decision coming to me. Gurky, can I get your help?
A lifeline can't ask a lifeline.
Inception. I believe you've said the precedent previously that the lifeline can.
A
call
lifeline can absolutely ask a lifeline.
Yeah, I just need a little help. Gurky.
Oh my God, this is new.
I think it's. I'm fairly confident it's not Once Upon a Time in the West.
Okay.
Didn't you think it was the outlaw Josie Wales, just like I did?
I have seen A Fistful of Dollars. I've seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I don't think it's Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I think it might be A Fistful of Dollars, but it could be a few dollars more. I would go Fistful of Dollars, but that's the best I can give you.
Okay, one lifeline to Rob. Lifeline?
I like it. I like A Fistful of Dollars for this one. That sounds great.
Lifeline to Ryan. Ryan, do you like the lifeline to the lifeline to the lifeline to you?
I do like this lifeline chain. I'm gonna go A, Fistful of Dollars.
Dumb. Ryan, sorry, Clayton, what do you want?
It's the good and bad and the ugly.
Okay.
Raw dog.
Raw dog in this. Guys, if you look on your screens, you'll see that if you go out there, and by the way, Clay, I want to go out there. It's Once Upon a Time in the West, guys. But Clay, we can go up there. That'd be fun.
That would be fun. I love this part of the country. It's
Absolutely.
so weird and magical and odd and just gives you strange vibes. It's awesome.
It's fantastic. Ryan, you need this.
Is this number 5?
This is number 5 for 2 full points. Ryan, for 2 full points. Monument Valley is just southwest of El Chita. So it's not actually Monument Valley, but it's right there. But I saw, and everyone else notices, that there's a monument by itself, Ryan. It looks, in fact, like this, Ryan. Right. That, it's by itself, it's miles away from Monument Valley. Looks like that. Ryan, my question for you. The name of this monument is off of a Spanish castle. And Ryan, I'm trying to be nice to you. I know you know Spain. It's a Granada, Spain castle. And I know you're Granada,
easy
Spain.
Easy now.
So Ryan.
Somebody helps.
Ryan, is it A, this castle? This castle is known as Alhambra. Is it this one?
Oh.
Known as Coca. This castle. Is it this one? Alamandorvora.
Oh. Look at those
Or
flowers.
is it Alcazar. Ryan, which one of these Spanish castles was the inspiration for this monument in southern Utah? Ryan, you have lifelines. Do you have life? Do you just want to raw dog this? What do you want?
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna raw dog it. What was C again? The name?
C was. I can always speak Spanish so right for you, right? Almondovara. Almondovara. Almodovar.
Collective.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Clay. My
Why
clear.
don't you show me A again?
That's Alhambra.
That's wait. That's Alhambra.
That's Alhambra. You have Alama. Oh, sorry. Oops. Yeah, that's Almondovor.
Okay.
That's Coca, and then this is.
Okay, none
Alcazar.
of these formations look like none of these castles. Bradford was spot on.
But Clay, you're
His pick
going off
looked
a guy
exactly-
who spent what 4 years since seeing that. No photo, just from memory, seeing a
I'm just
castle?
saying, Bradford's was correct that was the only one that resembled the rock thing. So I'm just gonna leave my hands in Gertie's fate.
He is not raw dogging. He is asking Robert.
Well, I could still deviate downward, dog.
Well, you're still. That's taking knowledge. Alhambra, Coca,
Okay.
or Alcazar.
Let me at least full disclosure, Gertie, before you make this pick. The only way I'm leaning towards Alhambra is that it's a Southern California city, and I associate that with Spanish missions. That's it. That's all I got. So, whatever you got from there.
I don't have a good answer. I kind of was leaning toward the Coca one. Can I see it again?
Coca? Gertie wants Coca?
Coca Chiva?
Gertie wants Coca. There's Coca for Gertie.
I kind of want to pick it after this description.
Yeah. Kind of leaning that way. Plus, I don't know. I'm trying to take a stab at like the time frame when these castles existed and like match it up with when the Spanish explorers were here.
Well, I appreciate the effort that you, and so therefore I will go with Coca. But if it's Alhambra, I will banish you for at least
Banish? You can't banish.
No, just like one city's quiz, just like a one city.
Wait,
actually,
Ryan,
just one
do you
round of
agree
the,
with
one round.
Bradford can still use Gertie.
Yeah,
one round. One round.
Banish yourself.
One round of the next city's quiz. Just the first round.
All right, what's the final answer?
It's this fucking Coca, man. You better not be Alhambra though.
Final answer. Alhambra, guys. Alhambra.
Alhambra is by far the most famous castle in Spain.
Oof, you hear that?
That's probably why Clayton knew this other town named after it, because everyone names their shit after it.
All right, you guys. I know.
Okay, final question. So I go to bed.
And also, since it didn't really look like any of them, it was also like, well, it's probably Alhambra because they're like, yeah, it looks kind of like a castle. Let's call it.
Are you listening, Gertie?
I'm
Are
in
you
the penalty
listening?
box.
Final
penalty
question.
box, so
It is 4.5 to 2.
Yeah, Gertie's banished, so why would he?
Just for the first round of the next.
No,
week's
I don't
city
think.
quiz.
I think
the
you
first
banished
round.
Gertie. Ryan can still use Gertie. You banished your own lifeline, but he is not banished here. Ryan,
I just love it. Of course, it was the one that I wanted. But okay.
Ryan, you're at 2. Clay is at 4.5. This final answer is worth 300 points in honor of World War III. My question to you guys is this. It turns out that there have been this many abandoned uranium mines, not just in Utah, of all Navajo Nation. My question to you guys, and this is our closest to the pin, or closest to the hole, how many abandoned uranium mines are there in Navajo Nation that are seeping radiation into
We're just
the
talking about claims, just simple
mines,
claims.
just mines, right? Abandoned mines that are still radioactive, affecting the community. My question to you, out of all of Navajo Nation, that includes Utah, New Mexico, Colorado, and Arizona, how many mines closest to the hole are still that they have to work on? Closest to the hole, tell me when you have the number written down. Worth 300 points. Clay's up, so he'll go first, then Ryan, then
Okay, closest to the hole. Okay, I'm ready.
Then Jeremy, then Kirky, then...
Okay. Hands off your phones, kids.
And then we're going to play one song and then just a quick thing, and then we'll end the night.
I'm done after this.
I know. We'll just play one song and then...
Speaking of songs, Hearts Full will be playing.
Yeah, tomorrow night, guys.
New songs.
Great
at the
advertisement.
International
Great
tomorrow night.
advertisement.
Yeah, I would really like to see Gerke, Rob, Schlegel. I realize, Ryan, it's a little bit of a haul for you.
Yeah,
But
it'd be far for San Diego. Clay, what do you got
He'll
for
make
how
it
many
if he left right after the show?
closest to the hole, Clay?
oh, black phone. Hold on. Shoot. It is this.
269. You should joke about people suffering.
Oh my God, man.
Ryan, what do you got?
Damn, I only got 17.
Jeremy,
I just feel there's a lot of
Jeremy,
uranium
what do you
claims.
got? What do you got, Jeremy?
Do a straight 69 because I don't joke about people suffering like Clayton.
Kirk, what do you
I'm
got?
doubling it.
What do you got, Kirk?
Adding 200.
I do joke about people suffering.
That's your favorite. Kirk, what do you got?
We're 469.
Oof. Rob, what do you got?
You said the number 300 a lot of times, so I'm guessing 299.
Closest number, you guys. Everyone here clearly does not and really ever think of the true number.
Probably in the thousands.
523. There are 523.
Damn.
So just know that in this, it turns out that
Hey, Gerke was very close.
well, the American government really tried to be like, no, it's cool. Be a part of uranium mines.
Sure.
Navajo, not that good.
Actually, I was actually going to guess that. I mean, honestly, 523 was
Yeah,
going to be my
and
guess.
they're working on it. I will say, Clay, you brought it up earlier. I do not. Let's be clear: the Navajo Nation is a part of Utah. Those communities are part of Utah. We're going to be doing that as a part of Utah Cities Quiz. I also want to be sensitive. If we get it wrong or if we say something wrong, let's listen.
The crazy thing about this is what we did was today we examined this town, and I haven't done research obviously on it yet, but I would guarantee this town was formed by. This is like the equivalency of a dam town, like a Dutch John. It was formed to take care of this ultra site. That's why they have those stupid names.
We're not stupid, but
now that it's secure, it's now a Navajo town. I'm guaranteeing it's like probably 9-1 Navajo white people that have these names of this town. It's such an interesting, sensitive part of our state. This is the first time we've really dug deep and done, because like we can do other things, Montezuma Creek, Aneth, other Navajo towns.
Clay,
in
I've reached out to a friend of mine who's from the Navajo Nation who I did comedy with, because I want to be like sensitive with San Juan County, where San Juan County is the one county where it's like I don't want to fuck around. I want to make sure, but I feel like this quiz was written in a way where there's goofs, but there's also the uranium mill site, a super fun site that has that amount of debris. That's why we brought it up in the quiz.
No, you did a good job, man. You did a good job.
3 Empire State Buildings worth of tailings and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
let's not fuck around that in our state that we love.
99.9% of the people that live in Utah have no clue.
No clue. And that's what we do on Utah Cities Quiz.
If I could just add something real quick here. When I was in high school, we'd go down to Moab, we'd go to Arches. And if you take that potash road, right over the hill, there's 4.3 million tons of tailings that they are shipping away and moving. And now we want the powers that be in this state think that nuclear is the answer again. And it's like, let's finish up the first stuff.
Well, yeah, let's take care of those people.
Natural disaster.
You're so right, Kirky. I just want to do this. I think you guys, anyone who could just stay for 1 second.
Oh, are you going to declare me the victor?
Clinton Scrivener's winner of Utah
Thank you.
Quiz.
That's all I needed.
But
I love you guys.
We're going to play 1 quick second of a song, and then we're going to come back with just 1 quick topic, and then we end the show. We talk about other stuff. So, people, this is Caribou, The Sun. I love this song. We're just going to play a minute of this. We come back. Way to go, Clay. 1 topic, and then we end the show. Thanks for being here. Everyone was loving people. We end the show here tonight with 1 topic.
Poly Blend.
1 topic. I'm so glad. I feel like it's a great show. I want to do more of. We have so much to cover every week. We'll do more. Next week, Ryan, just know there'll be a Mad Libs segment. Or Jeremy or Rob, whoever's. Whatever.
I'm excited.
So Mad Libs next week. Ryan, I'm sorry, I made a choice. I hired an agent. So next week, our agent's gonna talk to us. I'm sorry. Ryan, you might be mad at me. I'm sorry. I thought it was appropriate for us to get an agent to help us.
I mean, if it's gonna get us over that next hump, into that next market, then we'll see. We'll see what this agent has to say.
I will just say that he has ideas that I think you've never came up with, and that you're on contractually to do. I will just say, Ryan, if you could think of 1 or 2 KTRD show ideas that would help my narrative. So if you could just 1 or 2, what would play on KTRD? What would play? Just a show idea. Just a show idea. Think about that. But people, we must go into topics. And this is the big one. This is the big one. It is spend your time with. I don't see a record of us doing this. Ryan, I need you to start off with this. Ryan, did we do this? Did we do Airbud? Did we do Beethoven? Did we do?
I think we did this one.
Okay.
We did.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the real one then. Guys, rank them. I need you to rank them right now. Oh boy. Oh boy. Good luck, you guys. Is it so we got to rank them. Is it carne asada? Is it bean and cheese? Is it nachorito, which is nachos inside of a burrito? Is it the California? I have descriptions if you need them. The vegetarian, chicken, fajitas, Tehuano. Is it the chili relleno? Is it carnitas? Ryan, you know burritos.
Oh my God. Okay.
What do we rank every burrito on the menu of Alberto's? And then cool cigarettes.
Wait, what's Tejano?
Tejano, if you need to know, is in fact my favorite burrito. It's a really good burrito. It's shredded chicken, potatoes, sour cream, and cheese.
Sounds pretty good.
Ryan, give it a go.
And this is at Betos. I don't think I can do this if it's Betos.
No, Alberto's.
Same.
This is Alberto's. Every burrito on Alberto's menu.
Because the thing that's throwing me is like a bean and cheese burrito is vastly different from one place to the next.
I know you live in the burrito mecca of America, and that's why I want your advice. You're right. I would say bean and cheese is the most consistent out of Alberto's, but I have not had a burrito. Everyone can chime in. I've not had a burrito that I've not liked.
But like in some instances, in some restaurants, the bean and cheese could be my number one. In others, it could be my last because the quality. I always judge a place by their bean and cheese, but the quality varies so much between places.
What defines a great bean and cheese burrito?
Oh man, just like the melty. I'm sorry, I gotta say that there's probably lard in the beans.
Nope, that's Husky Boy shit.
That's good shit. It's good shit. We want that.
Ryan, just go with your instinct. I've been in San Diego with you.
Okay.
You have great burritos. You probably are in the burrito capital of the world, but you remember what it's like to have burritos in Salt Lake City. Go with it, brother.
Okay.
Just give your instinct.
All right.
You're the first draft.
Okay. Let's do cool cigarettes for no, just kidding. Cool's is not as cool as any of these foods.
Fuck you, dude. Cool's is number one. I'm sorry, overriding.
Mexican food is the best.
I know, but Cool cigarettes are so good. So Cool's number one. Go next.
Okay. Let's do I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put bean and cheese.
I think you're right, Ryan. I have never not wanted a bean and cheese burrito in my life. It is the best food. That's it. I'm gonna say this. Oh, Ryan, we do need to do a food draft in the future. And by the way, we'll get to that in a second. Ryan, bean and cheese burrito, the best staple food ever. I think this is my favorite meal of all time. Jeremy, what do you think?
Yes.
I mean, obviously, I am going to place the bean and cheese in the
No. Ryan keeps going. You'll have a second. What are your thoughts on bean and cheese? What do you think on bean and cheese? Bean and cheese. Just give your thoughts.
You're saying obviously I've got pretty limited opinions.
I know because the vegetarian
ones with meat.
I know.
So based on that, bean and cheese is a solid.
Is that universal, Jeremy?
It's like Ryan said, you can learn about the general quality. It's like you go to a pizza place, you get a margarita pizza. You're gonna learn like how good are these guys at making pizza. It's the same with burritos. you're distilling it to the basics, so then you're getting the purest expression of the burrito. So
that's a great point, Ryan. Ryan, you're in now. You're going into a sensory deprivation tank. I'm gone.
Okay.
I'm gone. I'm pinning you. I'm pinning you. You are.
Okay, here we go.
You are. Oh shit! I fucked up.
So I'm gonna bookend this. I'm gonna put the fish at the bottom. Fish is in tacos. I don't think they belong in burritos.
Ryan, I really want to come out of my silence, but okay, go ahead, dude. Yeah, go. You're so smart. Okay, so fish bottom. At the bottom of the
I don't
ocean.
hate putting fish at the bottom, frankly, because like fish varies so much, and a place like Alberto's is kind of, I don't think it's going to have the freshest of fish.
You guys are so wrong, but Ryan, keep going. Ryan, keep going.
All right. What's in the vegetarian burrito?
Vegetarian burrito is rice, beans, guacamole, pico de gallo, lettuce.
Pretty good. So after bean and cheese, let's put carne asada.
Ooh. Ryan, why do you say that?
There's another thing with the bean and cheese. The carne asada burrito is just so basic, like so pure. I would say
steak,
pure is a better
guacamole,
word.
pico de gallo.
Yeah.
Plus, it's fun to say.
Kirky gets 1 point. Ryan, next one.
Let's do California burrito.
Why is that?
I mean, it's like a carne asada, but you got fries.
Starts with a C, so we love that.
Yeah.
Ryan, next one.
Well, I feel like carne asada fries and California burrito are very close cousins. So let's just put carne asada fries.
Yeah, that
next.
makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so because it's like, that's delicious. What about fried potato inside of it? Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Next one.
Chicken burrito's pretty good. Yeah, let's do chicken burrito.
Okay. Simple. From Alberto's, shredded chicken, cheese, rice, black beans.
Very good. Is machaca, is that a breakfast burrito?
Machaca is not a breakfast burrito. Machaca on the menu is, of course, shredded beef, eggs, like breakfast, onions, yellow chilies, and cheese.
That one's pretty good.
Does sound pretty good.
Actually, let's put chili verde after chicken, and then adobada.
Chili verde after. And by the way, this is the first time I'm not. Okay, so chili verde after what?
After chicken, yep, and then adobada.
Okay.
No, chili verde after chicken.
Oh, sorry. And then what do you want?
And then adobada.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just asking. It just seems like a guy who's shooting from the hip. Last time he had an adobada burrito, bud. Do you know that from experience?
Yeah. They're good.
A lot of people question that. A lot. No, it just feels like chili. Okay, we'll go into it. Okay, we got.
So you think the adobada is a bad burrito and it should be lower? Is that what you're getting at, Schlegel?
I'm just saying he's got a lot of things lower that should be way higher. Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
Let's do the Tejano burrito.
And that's the one I brought
good.
up earlier with the chicken and the potatoes and sour cream.
Yeah. We can do.
Got a lot.
Let's do the vegetarian. Let's do the vegetarian next.
And that's just a thank you to Jeremy, but like you're not gonna order that, right, Ryan?
He's throwing
I would.
Would you order? Okay, vegetarian.
No,
vegetarian.
but I would happily eat the rest of Jessica's.
Rice, beans, guacamole, pico de gallo, lettuce. That is a bunch of bullshit. But God bless. God bless.
Okay, Let's do.
But this is your
carnitas
thing, Bradford.
next.
You can pick whatever you want. And Schlegel's not going to interrupt or judge you.
Actually, no. Next is the machaca. I like the eggs. It's kind of a.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So machaca, then carnitas, then beef.
Oh, wow. You've got quick, not even thinking about it, just going.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then.
Wait, carnitas?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Where? By the way, you guys, there's so many. Okay, here we go. Literally a menu. It's like picture a menu, or I gotta go like, what? Where's that? Okay. So machaca, carnitas, and what's the next one?
Then beef.
Oh, beef. As a person who loves meat, beef is always low. Always low. I've never let's look at the inside of this beef burrito. They don't even have it on the. It's not even the beef is.
Is it steak or ground?
Oh, sorry,
beef?
shredded beef, grilled peppers, onions, and cheese. Never mind. I love it. I want all these burritos. Let's just be clear. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, same.
Ryan.
Then let's do nachorito.
What? Do you even know what a nachorito is? Did they have those in San Diego?
No.
Do you know that's nachos in a burrito, dude?
Could be good. Could be good.
Seems like bias. I'm in San Diego. They got better burritos. It's like, dog, we got nachoritos.
I'm kind of surprised about the hate for the fajitas.
Hold on, you'll have your time.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck is my nachoritos? Ryan, keep going. So nachoritos.
So nachorito, then chili relleno, then fajitas. I'm sorry, Gurky. I don't know why. I never want fajitas. Seems like a lot of work.
Is this a fajitas burrito or is this you're ordering fajitas?
Wait, so nachoritos then fajitas?
Then chili relleno.
Okay.
And then fajitas.
Okay. The fajitas that low?
Yeah. I never
Have you ever had fajitas?
order fajitas.
Oh,
I've had them and I've liked them, but it's
Ryan,
like
I'm making fajitas for you, buddy. Don't even worry about
all
it.
right.
So, and you put fish that bottom feeder?
Bottom feeder fish.
All right, people, this is Ryan Bradford's Burrito Rankum. Girk, we're not going to give the full explanation, but just give me two options that you hate about this.
I don't love bean and cheese as much as everybody else seems to.
Controversial.
I think chicken is a little bland. In a burrito, I think there are better options. Like the carne asada, I like the chili relleno, I like the chili verde. A good chili verde would be probably, if it's, I haven't had their chili verde burrito, so if it's good, that would be sort of near the top of my list. I kind of agree. Bradford kind of turned me around on fish. I thought fish maybe should be a little higher, but he's right. It's good in tacos. I think in a burrito, it's going to get mushy. But I haven't had their fish burrito.
The fish burrito at Alberto's is kick ass. You only have to be like half drunk.
All right, people. We're going to get back to this. We're going to start next topics with
If
this.
you're a husky boy, you're always going to enjoy it.
Next topics, we're going to start with this list. So everyone can chime in. So next topics, we do this. We end the show with this. I will say, I just want to say real quick, I think this guy did the work. He is my guy. And he showed up. He brought bits. He could have brought other bits. I'm going to say, where's my boy? Ryan Bradford, you were Husky Boy of the show. I'm
honored.
Next week, just tease the bit you're doing next week.
He's infiltrated your dreams.
I know he did.
That's going the extra mile
rock.
to get the
He
Husky
did
boy,
Rolling Rock, guys. Rolling Rock.
Rolling Rock. Duh.
He rolls a a circular thing that's like a rock. He rolled them. I mean, come on, let's give it to him. Ryan, you're gonna do. Can you tease these guys? I think they'll all love it. AI what, Ryan?
The game will be Red Hot Chili Peppers or not. And so you're gonna have to decide what are real Red Hot Chili Peppers lyrics and what are AI assisted or made up. So get a
Greg,
study.
I know you're a big Red Hot Chili Pepper guy, right?
Me?
Yeah, you love that and shit.
Yeah.
But Ryan, can you do two parts? Because I have been thinking about Aerosmith a lot, where a band I love that I don't love, and that's another segment I want to do on Polyester Blend. Band I hate, but I kind of like their music. Ryan, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's like every Southern California band for me now, like Sublime, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
By the way, Ryan, Sublime playing the X Games in 2 weeks.
Dude, I saw Sublime last summer with young Bradley.
Okay, we're gonna
Bradley's
talk
son.
about this. People, we are gonna end the night. So Husky Boy the show goes to Ryan Bradford. I will say this. A bit of the night. Oof, this is a tough one. It's gonna go between Gurky and his corner versus Jeremy. Jeremy does it because he put more thought into it. Jeremy, you got bit of the night. Bit of the night, Jeremy.
Yeah, woo.
But Gurky, you could. I'm trying to tee it up where you guys can have your own bits, and then whoever's the bit of the night, just remember that. We'll be back next week.
I think Gurky's idea of being able to yield time to other bits on weeks when we don't
Like a
have
parliament?
as much to say. That's a great concept.
What if I make a Parliament image, Jeremy? It's like Parliament, and then I'm gonna make that image.
Great, buddy.
Rob, you showed up tonight. When did you show up to the show?
A while ago.
Tonight.
Cool.
A while ago.
We'll be back next week, next Monday, with more fun and merriment. So many other bits. I did hire an agent, Ryan. Also, I'll need your help on some other ideas. Ryan, can you think of shows that should exist on KTRD? Jeremy, Kirky, in your free time, if you think of a show that should exist on KTRD, there's going to be a person snapping us into we should do this. So I've got an agent that's coming next week. Until then, people, I love this show. We're gonna hang out in the Polyester Blend
Tuckered out already.
Limp Bizkit crew because I do have questions.
What was that?
Anyone who's here, just for 1 second before we leave, I have one question for you.
Slept outside.
So please stick around. Take it easy. Because I have one question. Until then, Limp Bizkit crew, join us. Join the Zoom. We'll hang out afterwards. Until then, this is the end of the broadcast night. I can't believe we were this late, but I love you guys. Let's end the night properly.
Arizona moon keeps shining from the desert sky above. You know, pretty soon that big yellow moon will light the way back to the one you love.
I love Gurky. I love Jeremy. I love Ryan, Clay, producer Rob. Thank you guys for showing up. We have so much more fun coming next week, but God bless. Thank you guys for coming in this week.
Little cowboy, close your eyes and dream. All of the doggies are in the corral. All of your work is done. You close your eyes and dream, little pal. Dream of someone
we did the show. I got through a lot of what I wanted to go through, but then we have so much more next week. So much more. So much more fun. Our 5th anniversary next month.
Blue shadows on the trail. The soft wind blowing through the trees above. All the other little cowboys back in the bunkhouse now. So close your eyes and
By the way, I'll show you the stats. I made a whole stats Google's smart sheets of all the quizzes we've been doing. Rob, I bet you'll love this. I love all of you. We'll be back next week.
Lucky Glenn.